Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast. After Hours edition, we're joined by some special guests to include Sterling Cooper and Rollo fucking Tomasi and some lovely ladies, man. So let's get into it, guys.
Get it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Fresh Fit Podcast, man. We had to start a little bit behind, guys, so you know how it is. We're on Miami time. But anyway, guys, with that said, real quick, guys, Cultivate Crypto, okay? Charlie from Cultivate Crypto, our friend.
1 hour left.
1 hour left to get in that crypto course, okay, guys? Just so you guys know, I'm going to show you guys some receipts right now because I invested with Charlie. I invested exactly $22,700 originally to get into the crypto game. I'm going to show you guys what my portfolio is right now. And I haven't done anything. It's a mix of Ethereum and BTC. I will not say the exact thing, so you guys don't try to hack me. But I'm going to show it real quick because I believe in showing receipts. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you guys to get on some kind of program unless I believe in it. And I was with Charlie for 2 years before he blew up and everything else like that. And he's a phenomenal crypto coach. He tells guys exactly, you know, hey, these are the coins you might want to look at. You can invest in this. Tells you what coins are worth your time, which ones aren't.
From last year.
Yes.
So
yes, his predictions have all come true, man. So with that said, I'll show you guys my portfolio real quick, then we'll get into the show.
There you go. So he's going to show his receipts here, as we always do on the show. Okay. We show receipts gang. CVS gang in the building.
I want to see it.
Oh! $92,800.80.
So, and I don't say that to like, oh, look at me, but it's just proof, guys, that when you take action and you invest early, right? Like the crypto is here to stay, my friends. Literally, we're talking with our attorneys about it.
Yeah.
You have to now disclose crypto transactions in the state of Florida when you're talking about your assets.
Yep.
So
you get married,
and the IRS,
divorced.
IRS is finally starting to look at it in taxes now.
Yeah.
So it's here to stay, guys. When the government starts regulating things, it means it's here to stay.
Regulators.
So you know what I'm saying? So with that said, you got 1 hour. Get in now, guys. They're gonna do 20 fucking Zoom calls. I can't believe they're doing this.
Yo,
20 Zoom calls.
Imagine a mentor step by step showing you what to do and what to invest in.
Bruh.
You can't buy that, bro.
They're doing a Zoom call at 10 a.m. Then they're doing another one at 9 p.m. for 10 days straight. 20 Zoom calls of them telling you what cryptocurrencies are hot, which ones aren't. They make awesome predictions, you know, as far as like what coins are going to increase or decrease, whatever it is.
And look, you may not have 22K to put down, but you might have 3K, 5K.
Exactly.
Show you how to insert that into making more money. So.
Exactly. And guys, that's cumulatively I've put in 22.7, right, over the span of like a year or two. And that's what my portfolio is at right now. And I haven't done shit with it. And I just buy and hold. I'm not even a trader. I'm not sophisticated in that regard. But that is thanks to Charlie's.
Diamond hands.
Yeah, exactly. That is Charlie's advice. But with that said, you got 1 more hour. Get in there while you guys can. I wouldn't be speaking about it like this if I didn't know it was for real. Okay.
Crypto's going to take over the world.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I saw you sitting here. Do you have like some Shiba Inu or something? I saw you sitting here nodding the whole time. You're like, you a Dogecoin investor?
Both of them.
Both of us.
Yeah, both of them have crypto.
Doge? Or something, something
Doge.
silly like that?
I don't do Doge.
Good.
Ethereum.
But you're nodding at Shiba, though.
Oh, she's smart.
And guys, we gave go ahead and check our podcast from last night. We had Charlie and Miguel together, and we answered a bunch of crypto questions. There's timestamps in there, guys. It wasn't just a pitch fest. We actually talked about Ethereum, Bitcoin, the future of coins. We talked about all the different trading platforms. Every crypto question you could think of was answered yesterday.
Why you shouldn't buy meme coins like, you know, Shiba Inu and
Exactly.
So with that said, man, let's introduce the ladies first, and then our esteemed guests.
Okay, so first off, just say your name, your age, what you do for a living, and then, of course, are you single or are you in a relationship?
So my name is Amanda. I work for myself. I'm new to Miami.
And then
and I'm 23.
Okay.
I was missing something.
And are you single with somebody?
And I'm single.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Welcome back, Ellie.
I'm Elle. I'm 31. I'm in a relationship and I'm an adult content creator.
Cool. Awesome.
She makes spicy videos, guys.
All right.
Ariana.
No. The ladies, yeah, you. Yeah,
Okay.
you.
I'm Ariana. I'm 20 years old. I live in Miami. I'm a digital
entrepreneur, and I do network marketing, crypto investing, all that good stuff. And I am single.
Welcome back.
All right.
I am Jennifer. I'm 21 years old. I am single, and I am a crypto and Airbnb investor.
There you go.
There you go.
Smart
Cool.
ladies in the house.
Awesome. So we'll read, and then the guests. Come on, Fresh, you forgot.
You said that,
no.
Okay, so we got Rollo Tomasi in the building, the Godfather. If you don't know who he is by now, I mean, you're sleeping under a rock.
Under a
But tell
rock.
them who you
Yeah,
are, Rollo.
facts.
I mean, come on.
Let's see. I'm Rollo Tomasi. Thanks. I am not Chris Jericho. I know that's going to come up here and stuff. I am the author of The Rational Male, all 4 of those books in that series. Let's see. I've been married. I will have been married for 25 years in July.
Sheesh.
Thank you very much. You guys know who I am. I just did a show here like 4 days ago. So.
Go sub to his channel,
Everyone in the
guys.
chat, you know who I am.
The Rational Male. Go sub to him.
100K. Let's get it, Rollo.
Yep. And we got as well our good friend Sterling Cooper from
First time
Australia.
together.
How you doing?
First
Down
time.
under.
First time together.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this man right here. Honest to God, I wouldn't be here. Like you got me on your show.
Yeah,
like
you came
almost
on
a year
Rule-
ago.
Rule Zero about a year ago.
About a year ago, and I wouldn't have been in this space. I wouldn't have met these 2 gentlemen.
That's true.
It's all because of you, my friend. So thank
Gang.
you very much.
I'm the kingmaker.
Exactly.
There you go.
Kingmaker right
The
there.
connector behind
And
the scenes.
for you, some of you guys that don't know, I highly recommend these 2 books. The Rational Male. Okay, there you go. This book right here will teach you guys everything you need to know about female nature. It will help you not be, I guess, stupid. I would hit the soundboard, but my hands are tied up right now. and then obviously, and then book 4, this just came out. Go ahead and get this as well. But we'll put the links below, guys, to get them on Amazon. Fantastic books. I listened to them on Audible, and yeah, it's gonna change the way you look at intersexual dynamics.
And actually, somebody famous read your book recently, Rollo.
Yeah.
We met with him
You and I
earlier.
both did. Yes, Robert Kiyosaki. From
Shout out to
Rich
Robert
Dad-
Kiyosaki.
Rich
Shout out to
Dad
him,
Poor-
man.
Poor Dad.
Cool.
Met him over the weekend. That was a revelation for I think both of us. Really,
Mhm.
what was going on with him, and just to have him, quote my book and just I don't know. He was just
He
loving.
loved
was
you, man.
loving on
He
us,
was
man.
like, "Can I
He
put you in my pocket and take you home with me?"
Yeah, I mean, and
Pause.
I felt like it was like a family reunion. Like I was there for Thanksgiving or something like that. I was like, God, okay, thanks. And he's just, he was saying, you saved my life. I wouldn't be, where I'm at right now had it not been for this book. I was like, wow.
That's
So
awesome.
it's that financial sphere is kind of not my sphere, but like I'm gradually learning thanks to George Gammon and Ken McElroy.
Yeah.
And when we talk about like becoming the best version of yourself, usually, as you guys know from John from Modern Life Dating, says it's make money, make muscles, and learn game.
Yep.
And I think that has a broader perspective, a broader appeal, right? That whole convention we went to, that's the make money side of that equation.
Yeah.
Right
Yep.
here is the learn game, how to
Yep.
get laid, that kind of stuff. And then there's the fitness side of things, which you've been a part of actually for a while too.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
So there's the fitness side, there's the, build yourself up in those aspects. And that I think covers a lot of really where sort of the male self-improvement
Yep.
should really begin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you can't get your dick sucked if your stomach's in the way. So anyway,
Yeah,
with that
absolutely.
said, all right, let's hit some of these super chats real quick, and we will cover the topic for tonight. We got some spicy stuff going on.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jason Blaisdell,
Blaisdell.
$5. Amazing show earlier. Thanks for answering my question. Love, fab, and fit. Thank you so much.
Come on, bro. Fab fit.
Guys, also, we need for anyone that can do it, I need help with timestamps. We got 2 guys right now that do it.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone else that wants to do it, go ahead and message it in the chat, and then Chris will make you a mod and basically just put the timestamps in the comments, and I'll make sure I highlight your comment.
Yep.
And I'll also put in the description so people can, enjoy the podcast longer, because obviously they're longer and everything like that. So we want people to be able to jump around and watch what they want. So L, $20. Hi, husband, and I love the show. Awesome.
Cool.
Helps me appreciate him more and be a better wife. Submissive doesn't mean doormat, but an understanding that when it comes down to it, he'll lead and I'll follow. Thank you for helping the men society forgets. Absolutely,
There you
man.
go.
Yo, we got a lot of married women that
A lot
watch
of
us,
girls,
bro.
man.
And girls that are in good relationships because they watch, so we tell them the truth.
Keep it
You
real.
know? Okay, Trey, $5. Best podcast on the planet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Jeremy V, $1, $1.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. King Ben, $5. Raised a sim/beta. Now learning from you guys. I shall sin no more. Absolutely.
Ooh.
You don't want to be a simp. Mind Buster Gaming, $10. Been watching for free for far too long. Y'all deserve this. Here's my contribution to the show. Thank you so
man.
much. D, because I get death threats from angry feminists every day. D Alexis Cuevas, $5. Thanks for the gems yesterday. Already signed up. Thank you so much.
There you go.
Yes, guys.
Get
in
the
that
course,
crypto
guys.
course. Link is below.
You got like what? 40 minutes now?
40 minutes, niggas. All right.
It's closed.
Tony Rex, $5. Have you read The New World Order, Ralph Epperson? No, I've not.
No, we haven't.
OG, $5. Peace, bros. Send in love and energy from Boston, Dorchester, to be exact. Hey,
Thank you,
shout out
man.
to Boston. That's where I went to college. Dorchester, bro, get the hell out of there. On Brar, $10. Hope y'all are doing good tonight. The earlier show with the attorneys had some great information. We need 300K followers before the end of the month. No joke. I'm looking for Ninja Watchers all summer. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Call them
guys.
out. Naween Fernando, keep it up, boys. Love your work. For all the way from Australia, $5. Thank you so much. That's your people, man. A real Australian, not like you fraud.
Yo, that being said, we are right now in the video 100 subs away from getting 260K. So if you're watching the video right now, just pause it real quick. No, don't pause
Don't
it.
pause it. Just hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe
Get
at the
us to
bottom.
260,000.
And we're right there, guys. 100
Okay.
subs. 100 subs.
Damn,
So
he was just at 250 like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And I was on
Going
the
up,
show.
man.
Damn.
Thank you, fellas.
Okay, the average Joker, $5. Much love, Fresh and Fit, Rollo and Sterling. Went my own way, teaching my guys how to level up. Best decision ever, living the free agent lifestyle. Yeah, shout out to Coach
So,
Greg Adams,
CJ.
man. Shout out to him. Go get his book, The De-Evolution. Okay, cleaned, $15. Fellas, professional in a mid-sized conservative city, trying to protect my privacy. Tips on building some social media for regular interactions.
Honestly,
Get our
man,
DMs on demand
get on the
waitlist.
course. It's going to be released July 1st.
Yep. The link below is so that you can sign up and wait. Taco, $2. These guys gave me the power. These guys goated. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Mr. Williams with the $10 super chat. All I'm going to say is listen to them, my boys, in the chat, because the average is unaware to the power of banks, FINRA, and IRS. When actually get involved, it'll be difficult and different. Yes, it's already happening, my friend.
Yep.
Crypto's here to stay. Once the IRS gets involved, it's for real. Ryan Turtle, $25. Does Rollo have a prenup agreement? No.
The Rollo, do you? No.
Prenups are useless.
There you go.
There you go.
JJE, $10. Rollo representing the metalheads out here. Shout out to
Thank you.
exactly.
Metal.
Applebee, Rollo is rolling back the time. Yep. And then Donald J, our former president, who I will
Donald.
not say because it's time.
name is
Don,
banned.
you got in trouble, bro. You got banned with everybody else. So
For real.
good evening, gentlemen. Why are big league Stirling and Rollo sitting with them hoes? Oh my God. Okay.
They are nuts.
Yeah. I mean, haters gonna hate. All right, guys. We already got 3,000 plus live viewers, so we're gonna go 20 and up, Chris. 20 and up, guys, because we don't want to be reading super chats all night and get complaints. Because trust me, we get a lot of angry DMs from people.
Oh, Maheen Kandakar
Okay.
says, thank you, Fresh and Fit. Rollo and Sterling, you guys are the best older brothers and father figures I wish I had.
Mhm.
Told the meal listeners, please get the rational meal.
My
but we'll
two
change
dads.
and save your life. There you go.
My two dads.
Okay. All right. Since we just announced it, we will read these here, and then from this point forward, 20 and up.
Hollywood Insider, $10. Showing love to FNF with the Godfather in the house. Great meeting you guys in Vegas. Thank you.
Yep.
Sterling, your advice about barbarians and Empire of Nothing has been absolutely invaluable. Hashtag for example.
Absolutely.
There you go, brother. Sudan
I know we
Sam,
got that.
That's Jack.
Yeah.
That's Jack Donovan.
$10. Too many gems for people not to tune in.
Shout out
Facts.
to Sudan Sam.
Omar Barrigan, $50. Love your book and love this podcast. You guys are helping a lot of people out there. Hope I can meet you all one day. What do y'all think about the book, The Way of the Superior Man?
Two more?
That's good, right?
No, fuck that. We get this book.
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah,
no,
All
no,
right,
no.
Courtney Lopez, $20. Any chance we can get Robert Kiyosaki in studio sometime? We'd love to hear this story more in depth.
Yeah,
Rollo, we'll work on it.
Coming soon.
Yeah, we got some
Coming
stuff to work.
soon.
There you
Yeah,
go.
There you go.
Radical Self-Respect with Jared Mello. Okay, Rollo is the most influential and innovative author in the 21st century. The RP gives such a monumental shift in perception, life-changing. Absolutely. Go
Boom.
get the book, guys. I ain't lying.
Mr.
Mr. Zapata, $20. Love what you guys are doing. Shout out to Rollo and the Rational Mail. Keep up the grind. Yes, guys, this was
Last
the
one.
original book. Start with this, and then make sure you get
Oh!
book 4 as well, because in this one we have a lot of the stats and studies, and we actually did a full-on podcast with Rollo where we talked about
Yes.
all the
Yeah.
statistics of why feminism has failed modern day women.
That was
Amazing.
Class was
And,
insane.
Yo, the
And
weekend.
for all you
yo,
niggas that hate,
hold on. Yo,
What?
the weekend was in the chat, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You said
All I was gonna say, for all the haters and everyone that says, "Oh, you guys are misogynistic," whatever. No, we're fucking realistic, and
Yep.
the stats are in there. I put all the links there, so you guys can go ahead and look at it. We're not just talking out our ass. Okay, Ryan Turtle, can masculine frame immune you
Yo,
from
is that
getting
my- is that
divorce
my
rate
foot?
at Rollo?
No.
Is that my foot?
Oh, like the video, or we'll get an extra guest. All right, thank
Oh,
you.
shit.
Freshest foot.
All right,
And
cool.
then Ryan Turtle, can masculine frame immune you from getting divorce raped? Rollo, hey man, it's a lot more than that, my friend. That's a whole episode in itself.
Who are
Like the
you?
video.
Tune in tomorrow.
All
Okay,
right, guys.
Cool.
So
20
with that
up?
said,
20 and up.
yeah, 20 and up from here. Okay, let's get into the topic ahead.
Yeah.
So, guys,
there's a viral text message going around on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and it goes something like a flight.
yeah, something like that. So let's pull
Somebody
this up for you guys. This
being
came
flown
on
out.
the Shade Room on Instagram. And for you guys that don't know, Shade Room is a pretty big what I guess
Media
Trey,
outlet?
what would you say? Media outlet? I guess at this point, like they don't just cover music. It used to be the music, you know,
Yeah.
Eminem's thing, but now it's like they cover everything. Trey, what would you say? Shade Room.
He's licking his lips.
Yeah, he's looking at his lips. Okay, as usual.
Yeah, they cover everything, man.
Yeah,
from sports to entertainment to selling products, like just everything that's going on, anything in the entertainment business, they cover.
It started as music, guys, but now it's formed into something much more. They're basically like a TMZ. You know, I'll put them on the same level as TMZ, which TMZ is for those of you, because we have a lot of international viewers, is you know, basically journalism for gossip. You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
drama.
We're gonna show this text message thread right here. Can we enlarge this real quick, Chris?
Yeah, sure.
So the caption reads, TSR scenarios. Those expectations be something else. Hashtag roommates, who was wrong in this situation, the guy or the girl? Okay, so let's start this off here. I will read the conversation along with you guys. So it looks like the guy, okay, is the guy, the male is the one in the light, and then the girl's the blue.
Blue, yeah.
So it goes, you checked into the hotel. I think he means, are you checked into the hotel? Let me know what's going on. I called you 3 times. WTF. I'm so sorry. I just checked in 30 minutes ago. My phone was charging because it died. I'm getting out the shower now. Bet. I'm on my way to see you.
Huh?
She responds, huh? He goes, what you mean, huh?
Stupid.
I'm on my way to hang out with you. Is that an issue?
Hang out in what way?
We've been talking 5.5 months. I flew you out here and got you a hotel. I want to see you, babe.
Tina.
Why you acting brand new?
It's late. I don't want company. Tonight is all. I'm tired. Look at after midnight. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. I'll be over in the morning then. I'll let you sleep.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Horrible.
Fail.
Over in the morning, just hang out as friends, right?
Stupid.
Can we FaceTime?
My phone is still charging.
Why are you acting different? Do you not want to hang out? I didn't know we was just friends. I would not have flown you out. I think he means fuck my friends. We've been sending nudes and sexing on FaceTime. What am I missing here?
I feel like we're rushing things. I don't want to have sex or anything. Just hang out as friends. If that's okay, if that's okay, you're amazing and a good friend. I don't want to upset you, okay?
Oh, man.
Upset me? I'm livid. I paid over $1,000 for you to come out here. I don't do that for friends. You know what? No worries. Since we're friends, I need my money back. $977.56, bitch.
I don't have that.
Oh, man.
Why are you acting this way? I just want to take things slow. Please don't be mean to me.
Taking it slow would mean me not flying you out here. You played me. So check out is at 12 p.m. tomorrow. I'm canceling the other 2 days. Also, I'm canceling the flight back. You can figure it out on your own.
Stupid.
Wow. This is how you do people? I don't have money to get home, nigga. At least I'm going to fly back. I'll check out tomorrow.
Nah. Lose my number and have a nice life.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I'm sorry you blocked me. Please pick up. I don't have funds to get home. Shaking my head. Woo.
Okay. So let's go
man.
across the let's go
dissect
across the
that.
table and get
Yo,
the
Fresh,
takes on
you're all
this.
girl voice and spot on, though, you know?
Hey, man. You got to play the game. So,
Wait, shout out to the member, by the way.
Oh, Devon, thank you so much.
Thank you, Devon.
new
Thank you,
member.
brother.
Also, guys, do us a quick favor before we break this down. Open up another tab. Close
Close
that Pornhub
Pornhub.
tab. And go ahead and type in twitch.tv/Fresh and Fit Podcast. Watch us on Twitch, guys, because on Twitch, the quality is actually better than YouTube.
And we got who donated some subs?
Max GTTV just donated some subs. How many?
Thank you, brother.
10.
10 subs. Thank you,
Thanks
brother.
so much, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
and,
that.
Mado? Sorry.
Mado?
Yep.
Oh, $50.
Native American Cowboy here to help you all out from Colorado. Thank you so much,
Colorado.
man.
I love South Park.
Yeah, man. Those guys took your land, but fuck them.
They did.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll start with
so-
Amanda.
What's your opinion on that text message?
All right. First of all, you don't travel nowhere out of town unless you have your own funds. The second, if you getting flued out, you kind of already know what the deal is. So don't be acting dumb.
If you getting flued out, you know what time it is. Flued out.
Not flown.
That's my view on it.
Okay. All right. So have your own money and be ready to smash.
Basically.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that it's his fault for
Oh,
getting
okay.
himself into that situation.
Ooh.
He should have checked into the room himself.
Mm.
He should have made things very clear. I don't understand how, as a man, you spend that much money. Obviously, not just like throwaway money. Like he feels emotionally attached to it. So like he should have never gotten himself into that situation. And I genuinely think that if you put any of your issues onto other people, then you can't solve your own issues if you're not your biggest problem. And in that situation, if that was my friend, I would totally blame him. Like you should have never paid for that without a wholehearted understanding of what the interaction was going to be between you two.
He should have known before.
Well, I feel like the nudes kind of implied what the situation was by the
There's
sounds
no
of it.
no implication is not a thing as an adult, especially when you're spending money and you're emotionally attached to and upset.
You got
like, there
talking to
should
Mike.
be no
Talking to Mike, please.
There should be no implication. There should be like very clear stated, like I have a romantic interest in you.
I'm trying to
like,
fuck.
well, like I think there's a very real difference between friends and romance, and like whether she was on the line or not, he should have been like, these are all of the examples of
But
where I
it
stated
sounded like
those.
she was sending him nudes, if I read that correctly. That's what it sounded like to me.
back
Like
and
she
forth.
was,
Yeah.
like
And
she was sending
sexting.
him some stuff.
And FaceTiming, so sexting and FaceTiming. So I think that was pretty clear.
Well, hold on. Are you finished your point?
Yeah, we just want to go
Yeah,
around.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Let the girls go and then we'll.
Yeah.
Okay, me.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, personally, me, I'm not flying no dude out for 900 plus. I'm gonna just be honest, and then
Well,
especially,
duh, you're a woman.
Oh no.
well, yeah, but like
What about for some
He
Bitcoin?
flew her out.
Oh yeah, he flew.
Oh, he flew out?
Would you
No.
use some Shiba or some Bitcoin to fly a guy out? instead?
Crypto funds, everything.
crypto funds and everything. But aside from that, if I flew out and took time out of my day, you're fucked up. Like I'm trying to fight at that point because that's my time, and time is one of those things you never get back. So for me to fly out of my way to you, I'm pissed. And especially what the relationship was before, like, you know, sexting, FaceTime, all that good stuff, and then now you acting brand new. Like I'm gonna be the same way. Like you're acting brand new. Like fuck out of here. We was supposed to fuck. Like that was the move. Like I flew out here. I took a couple hour flight to come see you, and you're not trying to, man, fuck out my face.
But
I'm not
remember,
trying to-
though, just so you know, but were you listening to the same story as us? Like it's the girl that flew to him.
well, that's what I'm saying though.
She's
Like
saying from the girls.
The
Like,
girl
if she
didn't
was
want to.
perspective.
The
Yeah.
girl didn't want to do nothing.
If she was the girl, she wouldn't waste time and.
Oh, she wouldn't have came out.
yeah, I
Okay.
wouldn't have
Yeah.
wasted my time basically.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, if
because
you
the
knew
way
he
you were
wasn't
saying
trying
it,
to
Yeah,
get
like,
I was feeling
Right.
like.
because
Yeah.
the way you were saying is if the girl paid, the girl didn't pay. The guy paid, and then he got her a hotel and everything, and she didn't want to smash.
Yeah, but
That's what
Yeah.
we're saying.
but she's saying if she flew out to that,
It's
at that
a
level,
smash.
It's a smash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not flying out unless you smash. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Jen, what's your take?
I think I'm on the same page as Amanda, just because if you're flying me out, you're paying for you're paying for everything. Like I think it's clear that we're fucking. Like I don't think it's like, oh, we're finna fuck, right? Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So I get where you're saying too. Like maybe like make what they had clear from the beginning, but I'm on the same page as Amanda. Like
She goofy because if she wasn't with it, then like she shouldn't have flew.
Facts. It's like there's some impression that flying out is some good thing, and flying someone out is a clear indication that you don't respect them or their time. Like one, as a girl to fly out, and especially as a content creator, I have to take all of my makeup, all of my outfits, my production equipment, all of my gear as a sex worker. Like I have to travel with a lot of things on top of the amount that I make at home by myself behind my computer.
Damn, you trying to film a porno with this guy?
Yeah.
No, it's
I film my whole sex life. So if you
logistics.
like, I film my actual sex life as a 31-year-old adult. So
Okay.
if you fly to me as a guy, that's whatever your flight is. If I fly to you, then I have to bring all of this stuff with me on top of lose the production time, the money that I'm making behind a camera. Like that's not respectful of me as a
Content creator.
yeah, as a person who's generating monetary revenue for myself. Like to fly someone out is not it's not like oh, I got flown out. Like, yeah, duh, because you're not as valuable as him. He's working and doing something. He can't fly out. Duh.
But
He's
you
an-
probably
he
wouldn't. You probably wouldn't even get into that situation
Yeah, you
yourself.
wouldn't.
Oh, yeah,
because
I don't
because
get
you're-
flown
because
out
you're
'cause
like you're busy working, hustling, making
Right.
money. You wouldn't be like, all right, I've got a day or two to spare
Well, I have
to
a
fly to
community-
like Michigan and hang out with a guy.
Yeah, like I have an entire community of people who rely on me for content creation and for to be present for them, and that is a lot of people don't have anything valuable going on in their life, so they can very easily just pick up and go across the country to someone who is doing something with their life.
That's a really
who does
important
not want
distinction
to
right
go
there.
across country for them.
Okay.
Rollo, Sterling, what are your guys' takes on it?
Yeah, what do you think on this?
We're just moderating.
Yeah, we're just
Who's
moderating.
going to moderate this one?
You guys have fun.
All right. How much has this guy spent? Let's do the math
Okay.
first. Okay. So
Sure.
how much has he spent for this entire
$1,000?
$1,000?
At least.
No. Actually, the flight.
56 cents.
The
Like
flight was
that we
1,000.
that we can tell from the text exchange.
Yeah, 977.56 to be exact.
Yeah.
I think.
6 cents.
977.56.
Okay.
I don't think he included the hotel in there.
I don't think
That
he did.
seems like the hotel. 3 days of a hotel and a flight.
Yeah, that's a
Because
bit
flights are
Okay.
about
Yeah, I
300
agree.
round
He
trip.
He said,
and-
round trip. Yeah.
upset
Depending on
me.
where he
I'm
flew.
livid. I pay. Actually, no, you do a better voice
Yeah.
with the guy.
Okay. Can you enlarge it because I'm blind?
Upset me.
Yeah.
I'm livid.
I'll do the triggered voice right now. Upset me. I'm livid. I paid over 1,000 for you to come out here. I don't do that for friends. You know what? No worries. Since we're friends, I need my money back. 977.56, bitch.
That might be the total then.
No, that
Yeah.
sounds like that sounds like that's the flight because he canceled the hotel rooms. The next text, and he would have got his
Yeah.
refund on the hotel rooms.
So you know what? Let's do this.
Let's round it. Let's round it off.
Let's say 1,000.
Yeah.
At the bare minimum. So
1,000 at the bare minimum.
Yep.
Okay. So and include a little bit of hotel in there.
we'll
maybe
say
a
one
little
night.
bit.
We'll say 1,200.
You got a wine and diner. You got think
Outfit.
about
Oh, you're saying if they went all the way?
Yeah, if they went.
Yeah.
If they did
like
everything,
two bands, easy.
What's the cost?
2,000 plus
grand?
easy.
Yeah, easy.
2,500.
Yeah. Between
Somewhere around
food,
there.
hanging out with her,
Like somebody's salary.
he probably would have taken her out on
2,000.
shopping just from his
Right.
demeanor.
Oh, real quick, we got a vote on Twitch. Who was right?
Fresh.
Guy or girl? Oh, there you go. 100% the guy. And then we have 7%,
Of course,
10 bits.
Of
And
course.
Prime Mixer contributed 3,000 points to the channel. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much. All right, go ahead, Rollo.
All right.
Sorry.
First off, what the fuck are you doing flying this girl out? Do you know how much? Okay, you could go with that kind of money. You could fly to Nevada, where sex work is legal. And
You can call me a prostitute. I don't care.
okay, you are. You're
Dirty,
degenerate.
down under.
Dirty Australian.
Down under.
Do you know how much pussy you can get for $2,500 in the state of Nevada?
You can do like 5 girls at once.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? What is
somebody
wrong
gone to
with
her
you? Like,
city.
okay, well, and I agree with you. Because it's like from a logistical perspective, what are you doing flying this girl out? If you're concerned, like his whole concern was money, right? I mean, where's my money? But in fact, don't you can find your way home, that kind of stuff, right? Why are you doing this? Wait, this is 2021. It's not hard to get laid.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
And even if you have to pay for it, it's still not hard. And you can get it for a whole lot less than $2,000. Man, you can get 3 chicks for 5 nights in Dayton at the ranch, at the Mustang Ranch, for a whole lot less than that. If you're so pissed off that you're like livid and raging and freaking out, you got no one to blame but yourself, to be honest with you. And I agree with you on that. I think from a logistical perspective, that right there says to me that this guy is, first of all, now get down to earth here. It's the difference between validational sex and transactional sex. That's transactional sex.
Yep.
That is, here's the money, please have sex with me. Then there's the, man, you're so hot, I got to tear your clothes off. I don't care about money. I don't care about you. When you meet that person and it's chemical and it's just like this instant connection, and it's that I call it validational because it's like the sex you want to have instead of the, I do it for this, or, oh yeah, I'd bang her after 3 beers, that kind of stuff. That's the transactional side. And most guys, the 80%ers, right? The guys, 80% 80-20 rule, the 80% beta men, their only frame of reference for sex is transaction. That guy, transaction and beta.
Fair enough.
Well
Sterling,
said.
what's your take on it?
Well, I think, obviously the guy fucked up. But I'd really be curious to see what their kind of relationship was, the dynamic was like before this text.
Yeah, I need
interaction.
context.
That would
I need
be really,
context.
really juicy to see that context, like whether or not he's actually kind of treating her like a friend. Although he's saying,
I would say they were
saying
FaceTiming and sending each other nudes.
Saying FaceTiming
I
and
think
sending
that's why
nudes.
he's so mad, is because
Well,
he
yeah,
expected
like-
something.
Like
and-
if it's the case, like we were saying before, if it's a case where she is sending him like nudes, then that to me is a very, very clear green light that this is going to be a sexual interaction. When I'm not here to like play chess with you and like like do some friend shit.
Yeah, we don't know that they didn't meet off of like some escort site. Or
That is also
some
true.
kind
That
of,
is also
like,
true.
there's
This
some
could have been like a seeking
Yeah, it could have been.
arrangement.
seeking
You know what I mean?
Could've
Like,
been-
it could
I
have been that kind of thing.
Like,
But in that, I'm not going to cut you off. But in that case, it's like this is why you don't do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, or let's just say like you wanted to hang out with a girl, control the logistics, man. Like
Mhm.
she stays with you.
Facts.
If you want to do that, then you're the one checking in the hotel room, and she has to come into your room.
Yep.
Ta-da! Like not getting her own
Or-
room. Like you got to control the logistics that way, because then you can hold her accountable. Like he kind of held her accountable then by like cutting off the hotel room. Cool. That's the right
Or
thing.
spend
That's the
your
right thing to do.
Like spend your 2,000 on you getting a trip to go
Well,
somewhere.
exactly. That's probably an even better
Like-
use of your money.
You know, you could have flown to her city and then you got a trip out of and an experience. And then if she didn't want to put out, then you have girls in that city and you're like more energized to go out and do something because you're not from there.
But he might be in
You're
the
gonna be-
situation like you said before, where he's
Logistics.
limited on his time. Like he's actually limited. This could be why he's also getting super pissed. Maybe he's really
Yeah.
Look,
his time's really valuable. He's like,
He
okay,
thought
I'm
he
gonna
was
have
gonna
you
go
in the
with him.
hotel for 3 days so I can come and go as I please.
Now she's not blameless though. Let
Yeah.
me just be
Oh,
honest.
she ain't
about that.
blameless,
For her,
yeah.
for her to go out there and like start playing games like that.
She knew what she was doing.
sorry, you went.
Very
Yeah.
clearly,
Yeah,
she knew what she was doing.
It's just a messed up situation.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, you had a very good point because what if he paid for those nudes? What if he paid for the sexting and she came to, let's say she came to Miami. She came to Miami on other intentions. You know, everything paid for, she was a sugar baby. So she came to Miami and she probably did have money. No, I don't have, playing that role. No, I don't have money, this and that. So she could get more money out of him. That happens a lot.
There you go. You know the game.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
You know the game.
I think she's a pro. Like
Couple-
nude.
A couple of super chats just came in. Loved your calling out the university indoctrinated feminist ideology, gentlemen. Nicely done. It is destroying our meritocracy and the relationship between the sexes. All these diversity hires will be fired and the assault on masculinity will end. That is from Good Mother. Okay, thank you, Good
Think
Mother.
the mother?
I think she has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, she does.
Okay. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to all the women that support us. Yeah, it must be very tough to fly out getting all your expenses covered and then do content creation online from a hotel. I really feel for you. Fuck out of here. But yeah, sending nudes is a clear sign of what intentions are. Do you have a rebuttal for that?
Yeah, I do. So I can make over $2,500 a day from the comfort of my own home with the safety and security of my own property. I don't have to do anything other than wake up and exist. So to go anywhere, especially during a pandemic, to risk my health, safety, security, that's not a privilege that I allow people to have in my life. So getting flown out is not an option for people.
See,
I'm not bookable.
I respect that because,
So
but that is also not a lot of girls' ideal,
Yeah.
situation. That's your situation. You know what I mean? But I respect it because you're a creator as well. So
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of girls
I
that,
mean-
that are in like a similar situation to you who do see the private clients.
yeah,
And and that's
And-
and they say they do like I
But
know
see-
that you
Yeah,
don't, and I know
we-
that you have like
yeah, we know a
you have
few.
your own like system on lock. So it's
well,
like
the thing that I talk to people about sex work is that sex work is sex is multifaceted, physical and mental. And if you're a physical sex worker providing physical gratification, that's different than a mental sex worker who's providing mental sexual
the
gratification.
boyfriend
for
experience, the
people.
girlfriend experience, the therapist kind of work.
Well, when you talk about live streaming versus camming,
oh, Twitch.
camming is not nude or sex based. Camming is fetish based. And what a fetish is a mental connection and a mental tap into someone's sexual gratification from that aspect. So when you're saying photos, like she sent photos and they were sexting, that is not an indication of physical sexual gratification. That is a mental interaction because some men cannot perform physically and they only have verbal and mental interactions with people that are satisfying for them because of what cultural standards. If you're not well endowed, a lot of men have an issue with their sexual performance and they get a lot more gratification out of the mental connection with people. And so I think that there's whatever type of sex work you do, you should be a professional of that and tap into that field. Me, I don't do physical sex work. I do mental sex work. And that's the only type of sex work I do. So it's on them to provide their own physical gratification if they need that.
Yeah, because
Some of them
you're not
don't
saying
need
anything personal. I think you're in a very, very unique situation. Though.
Right.
Like I think most most people he would agree that if like me and Fresh are sending nudes to each other, there's an implication.
Pause.
Hold on.
Pause. What?
Escalated very
Pause,
quickly.
nigga.
Terrible example.
You guys want to know the truth? They are sending news to each other. I accidentally one time looked at Fresh's phone and I saw an Australian wiener and some kangaroos. But I said, "What the hell is going on here, Fresh?"
I've popped like 4 of your cherries.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
No, I'm not gonna lie. It was awesome. It was sweet.
No, you've done sparkling water for the first time around me.
Yep.
You've done cigars for the first time around me. You've been to the desert for the first time around me. There was one other one. Something
guns.
And now tomorrow we're doing
fishing
for the first time.
Yeah,
So,
I think I know what that means.
It's on you and a man.
So
Sorry.
Y'all
Yeah.
damn near best friends.
yeah, they're yeah.
That's my Australian brother.
I'm not. This is not intentional. I just happen to be around him all the time.
Worked out this week.
man.
I'll say this. I'm just gonna have to respectfully disagree a little bit because men don't really get. I mean, there's obviously gonna be some guys that like get turned on in the cognitive, as you're saying, because like from what you said, it's like you're like kind of like a spank bank on hire for guys to stimulate them emotionally and stuff. Men typically tend to get stimulated on the physical. There's a reason why pornography is viewed by men far more than women. There's a reason why men watch porn at an alarming rate versus women. And I mean, maybe you might have some exceptions to the rule, but on a balance of probability, you take an average heterosexual male, they're going to want physical intimacy, which is why this guy paid that money because the emotional was not enough.
Yeah.
But it's like the same thing that Rollo said. If he did want physical intimacy, he could have very easily taken that money and gone to a legal place in America where you can get physical intimacy very easily.
Oh yeah,
Hold
but
on,
there's a sort of a stigma.
Yeah.
against that.
Yeah. Also, most guys, like, I get what Rollo's saying, what you're saying, but most guys, they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
They want to feel like, okay, you know what? I found this girl. It's genuine burning desire.
She genuinely
I
likes
created
me.
this- Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So also as well regarding sending nudes, I will say this, right? When a girl sends you nudes, that doesn't mean that she wants to fuck. She might just want attention, right? So look at Snapchat.
Sure.
Go send nudes all the time, but they might not smash you though. The
Yeah.
point is that like with this guy, he should have been up front on FaceTime and said, "Yo, what's good? I hope you can handle like things you can say on FaceTime will let her know up front what you're about."
Yeah.
He probably said, "Oh, you know, you look nice in these nudes."
Yeah.
He probably kept it very friendly. That's probably why she never like saw the reason to, but I don't know.
Yeah. You said earlier that you're a content creator, right?
Like I work for myself, so like kind of in that way. But like I'm not an OF
Only
yet.
not an
I'm not an OF.
What do you
yet.
are you on TikTok or YouTube?
Nah,
or what
I
do you do?
like scam and do fraud and stuff.
At least you honest and you got your pay. So I respect you 100%.
Fresh.
Keep it real.
Wait, hold on. Like,
Just saying.
Hey man, I bring characters.
Strap yourselves in. All right.
Every time Fresh goes in the podcast, man.
Hey man, Instagram.
okay. You can't make this up.
Do my PPP.
Okay. All right. We're
All right.
moving on.
All right.
Oh man.
At least she honest. Like I respect the honesty though.
Yeah.
I fuck
At least
with
you're
it.
honest though.
And you about your paper, so you have all my respect tonight.
I was gonna say,
All of us.
just like
We all
Sterling
cool.
is helping him, you guys can help her.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, we friends. We
Yeah.
all gotta
Fuck with
relax
me
now.
after the show.
You're
We
doing
got
my
it.
PPP.
I got you.
Bitch, you
Oh,
wanted
hey.
to go.
Okay.
And the chat goes wild.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. FBI, open up. Yeah. God damn, bro.
Oh man.
Now I want to know what kind of scams you're on.
Yeah, we will not talk about that on air.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Superchats.
Moving. So transitioning
man.
over.
Smartly.
Okay. Rake.
Jake Gennaro, $50. I want to be flew out to be on the Fab and Fit. Good to see you, Sterling. Please remind the viewers you don't have to fly anyone out. Just go on approach.
There you go.
Mhm.
Yep. You
But
can do that.
I want to say this though.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What is wrong flying somebody out? If you know up front what's gonna happen, and like you guys have that like understanding, where it's like it's not very vague and like, oh, just send me news and then that's it. It's like, yo, hope you can handle me. Wink, wink. With the D, all that shit. Like, you know, she knows what it is. So she be flowing out, have a good time. What's wrong with that?
It's also a case of the guy not recognizing if it's genuine desire or not.
Right.
Like,
There's the buffer of you being between a screen and that girl.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And when I was here in March, it was one of the shows we were doing in March. One of the girls asked me, she said, what is it with guys and why do they get addicted to OnlyFans?
Yeah, G asked that question. I remember.
Yeah.
Because you gave a excellent answer to that. Why men are addicted to porn.
It's similar to what Elle's saying here is that the 80% are guys, right? The beta males, the guys who have a real tough time, but they're not the 20% that women want to bang. These are the guys who got to figure something out. And you're right. They fall in love with those girls over and over again. They'll find their favorite one. They'll spend a small fortune on that one until they get jilted. That's their like digital waifu, right? It's the girl for them. And they live out this fantasy of having some girl who actually gives a shit about them. Like that actually has some sort of like intimate connection with them. And that's the appeal of OnlyFans. Pornography's free. You can jerk off to live 4K streaming porn whenever you
can't
want.
sell sex.
Jerk off to my porn while you're doing it.
There you go.
Plug for this guy. But if it's about gratification, then you don't have to spend $2,500 to fly out to Vegas to go get laid. You could just, if it's about the gratification, that's all it is. But it's more than that. They want that intimate connection. They want to believe that the person on the opposite side of screen actually gives a shit about them. And will recognize them and acknowledge them in the chat or what as a private individual. And these guys they're so, I don't say they're scared of rejection, but there's that buffer or that lack of social intelligence. They still want the connection, but they don't know how to get to that connection.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, here comes the internet. Well, I can have this connection with her because she's on the other side of the screen and she seems like she cares about me a lot. And I made this comparison. I forget the girl's name, but the girl who is one of the top earners, like the top like 1% of OnlyFans earners right now is I don't remember her name, but
she's a very average looking girl.
Very like
Go next door.
7.
Plain Jane, yeah.
Still sexual, still looks good, but she's not like big tits, blonde hair, blue eyes, centerfold model. She's not like because she looks attainable.
Yeah.
She looks like somebody that guy.
Bella Thorne, look at her.
Yeah.
Remember when girls miss be nasty?
Yeah. Yeah. She's not like a porn star. She's just this average girl who might be living next door. And you go, yeah, in my perfect world, I could possibly get with
She's
that
a veteran.
girl. Yeah, and she's making $150,000 a month or something like that.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, she is a top-end earner, and she still does sexual stuff, but it's not just that. It's the fact that she has this attainability. Like they think they could get this girl, and what happens is then they fall in love with that girl. They start sending, tipping her, and I think one of these guys, it was in a Reddit forum or Reddit thread one time. This guy was talking about the cycle that he goes through with these girls. He'll fall in love with his favorite girl. He'll spend something like $4,000 a month on this girl, and just so she'll acknowledge him and she'll know that he's out there, right? That he thinks she's special, and he wants to know that she thinks he's special. And then you get that kind of back and forth that he thinks he's actually having a virtual relationship with that person. Then somebody pays $5,000 a month. She pays attention to him and not him, and now he goes through this, depression and deletes her, and it's just like having a girlfriend that just broke up with you, only you never banged her and you never met her in person. And then what happens is he deletes her and erases her account, whatever, ghosts her digitally, and finds another one and starts it all over again.
And I'll say this real quick. We had Andrew Tate on. Shout out to Andrew Tate, guys. Go subscribe to his channel, Tate Speech and Tate Confidential. I was actually talking with him the other day, a good friend of ours. And also of Stirling's as well. And he used to run a webcam business. And without me going into crazy details, the men paid a lot of money to get attention from the women, just as Rollo is describing. But I will say this, because you mentioned that earlier too, like the emotional stimulation, you're able to kind of keep them on the hook. The difference between men and women is the men are going to talk to the women, right, and get that attention from her. But men always have a finish line. That finish line is sex. Whereas like for women, there might not necessarily be a finish line. That emotional stimulation is good enough for them. So so I get where we're both talking about, but like, yeah, I could see like guys will pay for that attention, but they always have the end goal of eventually I'll meet her, eventually I'll have sex with her. That's why girls are able to string guys along on for years sometimes.
Guy
in
friends.
chat rooms.
Best friends for years.
That's the same thing. It's like, so for like if you're in the friend zone, right? That's the same thing as having a fuck buddy. Okay, when you have like a friends with benefits, where all it is about the sex, it's all sex and no emotion. And when you are in the friend zone, it's all emotion and no sex.
Thanks.
There's something else I want to add in here about this OnlyFans thing as well, is it gives guys the chance, it gives the guys this unique opportunity to be liked by a woman without any fear of rejection.
She never has a headache.
That's the appeal of OnlyFans for a lot of these young guys, especially, is that they're like talking to a pretty girl for the first time, and he knows she isn't gonna like turn him down.
But that's because he's giving her money. Like we like.
Yeah, we know that. We know that,
Yeah.
and he knows that.
Well,
but he still gets that experience
Yeah,
of a
what's
pretty
he-
girl
what's he
talking
paying
to
for?
him
What's
nicely
the
without
commodity?
him risking a goddamn thing.
Right.
He doesn't have to walk up to her in the street and
Draining his
risk being
pockets.
attention. Well, yeah, but he's willing to take that. But it doesn't hurt the ego, which is the key difference.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, the conversation is very monogamous and very like heteronormative male centered because like some men don't want to be talked to nicely at all.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not their.
There's a
that's
whole
not-
space for
And
that.
then-
Yeah.
To say that all men's end goal is actual physical sex is tremendously irresponsible because sexual gratification is not necessarily physical sex. There's an entire community of men who do not want to have sex with their wife at all. They want their wife to fuck only other men.
Okay,
And
so
The cucks.
that's their
Well, I'll
sexual
let her finish. Go ahead.
gratification,
Mhm.
but it has nothing to do with them being physically involved in that experience. So to say that every single guy is on a single trajectory and an escalator type of movement is not like not representative of all men at
Okay.
all. And it's
my
like-
rebuttal to that is okay. I didn't say all, but what I am saying is most men have a goal in mind. Like, okay, you know what? Let's go around the room and ask this: have you ever been on a date that you had zero intention of fucking the guy?
Yeah.
I've never wanted to fuck a guy.
Well, not the guys, not the guys.
I'm on record now.
Yeah. Have you ever been on a date with a guy you had zero intention of having sex with?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's the point. Women will gladly go out on a date with a man and accept, you know, hanging out with them with almost zero intention of fucking. The difference is men are never going to take you out unless they're without the potential of their having sex. That's the fundamental difference between men and women. Now, you described cuckolds and guys that would like to watch their woman have sex with other men. That is an exception to the rule. Most men are fiercely territorial with their women. Yes, there are some whack jobs out there that like seeing their wife get plowed by other men, but this is an exception to the rule, a very small minority of men. Most guys, if you line up 10 guys and ask them, do you go out on dates with women? Yes. Okay, when you hang out with women, do you go out with them and not try to smash them? 9 out of them, 10 of them are going to say, no, I try to smash every single girl I talk to, because men always have an end goal that typically ends with physical sex at the end of it. The difference is women are totally okay entertaining a man, hanging out with a man, and not getting that sexual gratification because women are stimulated up here. And also, for a woman, validation from a man without fucking him gives her even more power because you guys have the cards, you guys have the leverage. This man wants to fuck me. That's validation in itself for a woman. So that's my argument, is that for you to say, oh, well, that's sexually irresponsible to say that all men have an end goal. No, I'm saying most guys have an end goal when they deal with women, period.
Well, whenever I have these conversations, it's always that rhetoric. And there's never anyone asking questions. It's always a man who believes that all men believe like he does. And I wholeheartedly believe that you are territorial and that you look at interactions with other men and have this sense of abrasiveness to even accepting any type of insight, because you asked all the women in the room, but you didn't go around and ask this is a majority male room, and you could have asked them.
It's equal.
Is it cool?
Well, it's 6 because there's
Oh, they don't
other
count.
people.
No. We're on a
But-
podcast.
I
you
gotta
know what
say,
I
okay,
mean? Like
yeah, I
you,
get it. Sure.
but from a male perspective, if anyone gets sexual gratification from seeing a woman pleasured by somebody else, is a question that most men don't ask and come from a perspective of like, I believe this, and most men, and then you don't even open up the discourse or conversation for it.
I'll be honest with you right now. So right now it's about to be midnight. We have 7,478 live viewers, and it's growing. The reason why our podcast is exploding in popularity is because we say uncomfortable truths that men will never say and or admit for fear of reprisal, being ostracized by society, being called toxically masculine, whatever. The problem is this: if men exert sexual boundaries on women that limit their sexual liberation, it's immediately met with disdain from society. Anything that represses female sexuality is labeled as misogynistic, rude, small dick energy, whatever it is. We have a bunch of conventions to limit male sexuality, and not only that, limit males telling women how to act sexually. So most men are never going to tell you the truth of how they truly feel with women. Imagine a guy went around and said, yeah, I'm territorial with my girl. I don't want her running around fucking other guys because that's my chick. Most men can't say that because that's assumed to be misogynistic. And most people work regular jobs where they can easily get canceled and or fired for saying such things. So the thing is this, even though you're saying you're speaking for all men as if you know all men. No, I don't know all men, but I do know most men think the way that we do. It's just that they're scared and or cannot say these things because it's not politically correct. The correct way to speak nowadays is to allow female sexuality to prevail regardless of the man's dignity. So in other words, oh yeah, I let my wife fuck other guys. Totally cool. That's socially acceptable. But if I say, hell no, if she cheats on me and bangs another guy, I'm leaving her. Small dick energy. You're insecure. Ba-da-da. So the
Well, it's
reason
like
why you
men
don't
hate
hear it,
monogamy though. So like y'all have only yourselves to blame because men made the rules for the world and then it's not to benefit men. Like men screwed over other men. So
well, just to finish my point. So that's why you haven't heard that, because most men are not going to be honest about their sexual preferences with women because they can easily be labeled some kind of insert hate word here towards women for saying these things.
And also just at that point as well, your point of origin is what you see on a daily basis, right? So your fans, the people you interact with, that's what you see.
And you're a beacon for these guys.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like because you offer that. So like you're the safe place they can go to get that kind of emotional, mental stimulation because that's what they're seeking. So you're obviously putting out a vibe and making it very clear to your fans that this is what you provide because they're all going to you. You know, I don't think like a dude who just wanted to see a girl like play with a dildo or something is necessarily going to come to you because you're going to offer something different, right?
Well, the thing is, so my fan base is majority men. So I came from a couple and not necessarily a couple in the traditional sense. My male partner had many female partners and I had no other male partners. So that's where my fan base comes from a polyamorous perspective of closed-ended female polyamory.
Yeah.
And
like a harem.
Somewhat like that. So that's, I do attract those type of people, but I always try to keep in perspective like the different life that they live versus the life that I live as a sex worker.
Very different.
Yeah.
But see, that's good. But think about this, right? You're not the average girl, right? And once again, the average guy is not going to always be in that situation with only you. I'm just saying, like, look from an outside perspective in terms of like what's outside of your point of view.
Your target demographic of man that you're dealing with is already an anomaly in itself.
Yeah, it's very small.
Let me see if I can put a period at the end of this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. When you talk about polyamory, and I've written like at least 4 different essays about polyamory recently. The problem with polyamory is that men and women as well, but men in particular have the jealousy response, and women have a jealousy response too. That jealousy is derived from different reasons. For men, when it comes down to jealousy, it's did you bang somebody else? Did you bang him here in the house? Did you get him in my bed? It's like did this guy have sex with you? For women, it is a jealousy of a loss of emotion and a loss of resource and a loss of that investment because women's sexual agency only lasts for a certain time, and they've got to invest most of that as much as they can. If they're going to put it into one guy and he ends up like the worst thing women like the reason why women complain about trophy wives and things like that is because they invest so much energy and so much time and so much of their sexual agency when they're young in that guy, hoping that he's going to be a winner when he gets to be 30. He becomes a winner when he's 30, and now he's fucking his secretary because he's made partner on the law team, law firm or whatever. And now that's a loss of investment. She's screwed, and that's how you get alimony and child support and all. At least in principle, that's how you get those things. For men, it's mate guarding. And that's the thing about when it comes to polyamory and stuff, that's going to be the number one thing that's going to screw up polyamory, okay, is the mate guarding jealousy instinct in men. Now, why is that? Why am I saying that that's a universal to men? Because when their girl gets banged by somebody else, they can't get it out of their head. I feel that question constantly from guys who are like, how do I get my girlfriend back? I can't stand the thought that she's with some other guy. And they invest in this because usually they're the 80%ers who have a scarcity mentality because they think that girl's the best girl that they could ever get with, and they can't find anything else after that. They get invested in that, and they mate guard. men naturally innately mate guard, and they don't even realize that they're doing it.
Yep.
And usually it's when that woman is like she's ovulating, right? Or she's wearing the red dress and the hoop earrings, and she's going out with her girlfriends on girls' night out down in Brickell or Vegas or wherever, right? And so that's when those guys, and they don't realize that they're actually mate guard. No, women mate guard too, but I'm talking about, since we're talking about cuckoldry and we're talking about, polyamory and that kind of stuff. So men have an innate jealousy instinct. That's part of it. And the reason for that is because that jealousy served a purpose throughout evolution. Okay. So the reason why you're jealous and the reason why guys get jealous of like, that's my bitch and you stay off of her is because that worked. That those guys were successful in reproducing and producing more guys who also had that jealousy instinct. So that's where we're at as far as like guys today being possessive. Like is there an unhealthy possessiveness? Yeah, there is. Yeah. But jealousy it's a feature. It's not a bug. And so because in our evolutionary past, it made sense because if you did that and you did mate guard and even if it was a harem or if it was just one woman, if you were like a guy who could only get with one woman, you damn well watched where she was going. Exactly. You try to, that's why certain cultures try to control their women because that's their only shot at ensuring their own paternity. That's how important jealousy is because it's based in men's need to ensure that the kids that come out of that vagina, that womb right there, are his damn kids. Exactly. And that's how you get like when women say, oh, we slut shaming, and why is it that guys can be, bang a lot of women, but when women are loose, then they're sluts, right? Well, the reason for that is because you're a bad bet for his paternity. That's why. And so therefore, when you talk about jealousy, that jealousy is an insurance policy that the kids are going to be yours at some point. That is part of every human animal on this planet right now because it worked in the past and it's still working right now. So yeah, the problem with polyamory is you've got to find a way to unlearn or to condition yourself not to be jealous, right? That's the number one concern that I hear from, polyamorous is you've got to find a way to eroticize your jealousy. Yeah. That's why cucks get off on it because they eroticize the jealousy because they condition themselves over and over and over again. And they go, yeah, I want to see my wife get banged, that kind of stuff. And then they end up being cool with that. And then, of course, what they do is they rationalize it away by saying, well, I'm secure enough in my masculinity that it's okay if my girl goes out and gets banged and I'll go and watch it. And and then you've got that genre of porn that goes along with that, and over and over until you get to the point where it's like we're a throuple and we're polyamorous. Now that's not a judgment call. I just work here. I just work here. I'm just showing you. I'm just laying out the facts here. But the reason why polyamory is so difficult for like as a sort of a relationship alternative is because you have innate revulsion responses. You have innate needs for paternity, and you have an innate jealousy drives that are there for a reason. Exactly. They have a function. There's a latent purpose to
That's
them.
a man's biggest fear. To
is raising a child.
Be with a woman.
That's fantastic.
Raise
Rollo.
a child. Yes.
And like not every guy can eroticize it.
And you're a porn star, you know this.
And I used to be a swinger, and I was a high-class male companion. And I've been there in the situation where like the guy thinks he's cool with it, and he's like, yes, have my missus. And then I've seen the look on a guy's, you'll never forget the look on this guy's face, like when they just go white. And they're like, oh shit. Yeah. Like I fucked up.
It's over.
It's over. Like he's like he's watching his missus suck my dick, and he's just, you can see like he's just destroyed on the inside.
Damn.
And it's like, not every guy can eroticize that. You know? It's not for everybody.
And
it is for some people. They can do it.
A lot of the times when you talk about non-monogamous relationships or like having sex outside of a marriage, a lot of people tap into jealousy and they don't really talk about the term selfishness. And I think a lot of the times that jealousy is much like the emotion sadness, where it's socially acceptable, versus like anger and selfishness are not socially acceptable. And a lot of things that people struggle with in non-monogamy is not working on their jealousy, like just accepting that it's a socially acceptable term, and most people understand that you can be jealous. But like even in the chat here, they have a lot of this thing about like deleting yourself or canceling yourself or something, and it's like in reference to somebody having control over your emotional state of being and then doing something totally dramatic because someone else has control over you. And it's like, if you're jealous to the point where other people are able to tap into those emotions, then it's definitely something that you have to work on. And because jealousy is so socially acceptable, that like naturally you would be jealous of, because what you're saying, it's ingrained in humans. But it's like, with the advancements of technology and the amount that we're so together, people don't have a healthy interpersonal relationships anymore at all.
Okay, real quick. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to read some super chats, and then we're going to turn around to other ladies in here as well, because I want to get the other ladies to
also, we got a poll on Twitch real quick.
And we got a poll on Twitch.
The poll says, Trey, Chris, you got it on the screen? Yeah, it says, do guys like to see their girl get plowed? And the poll says 90%, no, 99% says no, 1% says maybe.
There you go. There you go.
They don't want to see it.
208 guys.
They don't want to see it.
And that's 208 guys. So, okay, let me hit some of the super chats. Fantastic explanation, by the way, Rollo, on why men have that jealousy. Time MCC, $25. Much love to you young men for rescuing beta men from themselves. As a wife, I strongly support and agree with your views. Would love to come on your show to represent a high value wife. Okay, go ahead and hit up Chris.
Hit up Chris and
all
Instagram.
women that want to come on the show, because we've been growing in as far as like female viewership. Aaron C. Poxon on Instagram. DM him, and then he can coordinate getting you on the show. Yep, there you go. There's his stuff. Ryan Turtle, $55. Ask Rollo if his chick ever feels not happy, how many book royalties she's legally entitled to with no premium. Okay, Ryan. I don't know
what's up with you, dude? Like,
why are you hating?
Yeah,
Al, prenups are useless. Go watch Divorce Incorporated and look at this. Look at the portion of that documentary that covers prenuptial agreements. Prenups will not protect you.
Yeah, you got to have a very good lawyer to do it.
Don't get married.
Al, $20. It's crazy how these chicks are blaming him for being deceived. Walter, it's Al, not AI. Okay, and then we got MNC.
Nigga, fuck you.
Nice shirt. Rollo, love the Annihilation of Civilization album. Okay,
yes.
No rev limiter. For one, this man is still blue pill beta, but this guy obviously had an emotional connection to this woman. News don't get sent by friends. If that's the case, she should have known it was sexual. It wasn't about the money. Okay, Darrell Jameson, $20 super sticker. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
DKK 200 Alpha Knight super sticker. Thank you. And then we got DKK again. Shout out to Myron, Fresh, Rollo, and Stirling. Question for Stirling: is that you? I spot in the war room. Keep rocking, bro. No comment.
No comment.
And then we got BRL Jake Gennaro. I want to be flew out to be on Fab and Fit. Good to see you, Stirling. Please remind the viewers you don't have to fly anyone out. Just go out and approach. Okay. We read that one. Sorry. Thabit Watts. If you lead with your wallet, you will always be disappointed because you will be reviewed as a simp and a customer to her, and the sex will be transactional and terrible. Also, keep up the good work, guys. Yes, absolutely. You don't want to answer the customer frame. This is why strippers, once you pay them $1, they're not going to fuck you. Okay, Jeremy Harvard. About flew out of my chair when I heard the girl with the dragon tattoo say she's in sex work but not bookable. If he got a big enough wallet, you getting flued out, girl. Stop the cap. Chick should have known. She had to put out. It was implied. Okay.
Never.
Okay.
Never. Okay.
Okay. And
you've got a husband too, right?
No.
Is that what you said? Oh no, you just.
No, I'm in a relationship. It's just.
No, I thought you said you had a husband. I misheard. That's my bad.
No.
Forget me. Move along.
She's in a non-monogamous boyfriend relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. We got $50 from CK. Most men is not all men. If you base your actions and understanding of people on the exception to the rule, you have a disappointing life. Very true.
Yep.
Especially if you're a guy. It's irresponsible to focus on the exception to the rule. Yeah.
Facts. Majority says a lot.
Yeah. And now that's not an attack on you. I mean, obviously you have one perception because of your customer base.
Sterling's point is really prolific.
Yeah.
That you attract the people around you that are most happy to get your energy and to validate who they are as people. So it would reason that most of the people who feel positively every day and have some type of reciprocity from their interactions with me would be naturally gravitating.
You're dealing with an anomaly of male, to be honest with you. This chick often is super cap. Just saw one of her vids and she's an elite Knight Rider. Backdoor at that. Flawed logic and no female accountability. Clownish and warp reality. Stop interrupting the host. You got a rebuttal to that?
I have a video that has almost 13 million views on it. And It's really great. So I hope you enjoyed that one.
Talk your
There
shit.
you go.
Talk your
He's
shit.
got it open in
There you
another
go.
browser
Right
window.
now, yeah.
Jade Salmon,
Oh man, BBC winning.
Okay, I guess we got a girl here that's shooting her shot at Sterling. $15 Australian. Sterling Cooper, I'm shooting my shot.
Oh,
Well, if you're paying in Australian, that means you're in Australia, so there's not much luck getting your shot because I'm in Miami.
no, but Sterling, what's your Instagram? She might float to
well,
you. She might
IG
get flew out to you.
Well, I ain't flying out, but you can fly here, my darling. At Cooper Sterling. Go on, shoot your shot.
There you go.
The Universal Foundation.
What is
This
accent?
6,000 Japanese yen. I don't know how much that is, but thank you so much.
$50, I think.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
This book details Rollo's point brilliantly: female infidelity and paternal uncertainty. Yes, absolutely. Evolutionary perspectives of male anti-cuckoldry tactics. Evolutionary perspectiveness on male anti-cuckoldry tactics.
Cool.
Okay.
Able
Guys, from this
B.
point forward, because we already got
50 and up.
8,000. Yeah,
50
we
and
got to
up.
go 50 and up, guys. So I got a few more super chats here. Appleby, Rollo hit the nail on the head with the comparison that friends with benefits is to a woman what being friend zoned is to a
You
guy.
say it all the
Absolutely.
time. Yeah.
I said that before too. I agree. Matasuki, $50. My once a month support to the show. This woman is literally telling you to learn to accept your woman cheating. Womanism levels are over 9,000. Okay. Latest MTL. Crazy how you guys put words in what I've been seeking on my life for years. I think is what he means. We're basically connecting the dots.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. I'm making money to buy the family Fresh and Fit course. My guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then finally, $20. Three.
To make it make sense,
Yeah.
ladies, whether you're polygamy or in a polygamy or in a single relationship, a man fear is always the same when it comes to woman. Falling for the wrong woman, a woman that was not 100% about that man. There you go.
And then Will I Ruin Her now often is using language to shape everyone's reality in the room. Ridiculous. Watching her in a new tab, having her hair pulled while she getting her back blown up. Lord have mercy.
Oh shit.
Will I Ruin Her? Okay.
Can you put it on your phone, your TV, and your laptop, please?
Oh, shit.
Get those views.
More views.
Yeah,
Look,
more
look,
views for
more
her,
views
guys.
for her.
Stop
Yeah.
watching her porn. Watch my porn. So I can get all right?
Go on.
Yo, shout out
Plug
to everyone in the
Sterling,
chat.
plug.
Literally, someone made an IRS name and then someone made the FBI
Yeah.
saying Redhead Week.
Oh,
That was
funny,
funny.
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 Kill me. Kill me.
Yo,
Yeah, you said that on air.
literally,
Yes, you know.
yeah, IRS literally. Someone
So
said,
cute.
made an IRS a YouTube thing and said we're downstairs.
Yo,
Or
sorry,
it's
bro.
entered the
That's a
chat.
hater.
I'll protect you.
Right.
I ain't gonna let them get
Yo,
you.
this chat is
Wow, wow,
undefeated, bro.
I ain't gonna
This
let
chat
them
is
get you.
undefeated. All right.
They got
We got
that.
another.
I want to get the ladies' takes on it. That
Yeah.
were so. What are your guys' takes on this as far as like male jealousy and or cuckoldry, whatever it is? What's your take on it? Do you think it's natural, common, weird? What's your take on it?
Would you allow it?
So, like men being jealous in general, or like what we were talking about?
The
earlier?
conversation we were just having just now. I want to get your
Okay.
guys' takes on it, so you
Like,
don't fall asleep
do
on
you
us.
want multiple men?
No. If I'm in a serious relationship, no. And I agree with what you Sterling was saying.
Say it again. Sterling is correct. Say it one more time. I like hearing that. Say it again.
Sterling,
Oh.
No, Sterling is.
correct. Oh, sorry. I'm over here moaning his name.
Sound
Oh.
right.
Hey, see
Sterling.
tonight. Hey, hook that up, bro.
He is a porn star.
All you gotta do
Yeah.
is just
Fly
Google,
me
just,
out.
Just Google me. Just Google me. You can have
Hashtag
you
fly
have
me
in here
out.
all night.
I know. I feel like I'm
Roll it
on
out.
a scene
Roll it.
before, and I have to get blown out.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
A man, personally, I'm not a man, but I feel like they will not enjoy seeing their woman get fucked. Like how you were saying, you've experienced that firsthand and you've seen the man turn like white. Like, no, that's not normal.
Did you feel
Yeah.
bad?
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, kind of like, a little bit. Like I was just like,
I got you,
I'm
Sterling.
an exhibitionist, so like it would kind of like stroke my ego. I'm like watching this guy die inside a little bit. I'm a bad
It
man.
ate
I'm
him
a
up
bad
more.
person.
He's like,
probably.
oh, mate.
Sterling was basically like,
Hi, mate. Down under.
what's your take?
I 100% think men being jealous is like a normal thing. With like seeing like a woman get fucked by another man. As a female, like if it was like roles reversed, like I'm trying to fight. Like I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like men are the same way. Like they're like, what the fuck is going? Like maybe they're into it in the beginning, but like maybe like 5-10 minutes in, they're like, what the fuck is going on? Like why does she even like this right now? You know, like men start to get in their head just as women get into their head. So
Also, seeing them or her get fucked. Like, what if she is enjoying it more than what goes
100%. And women
Mhm.
start to think like, oh shit, like this is more fun than what I got now.
Yeah, this dick is better.
This-
Especially when it's a
Is it
BBC.
Stirling?
Exactly, this dick is better.
Is
Hold
it
up,
Stirling?
like what are we doing
They're coming
here?
after the BWC. my friend. They're coming after the BWC.
Amanda, what's your take on this?
Bro,
What's your
we're
take
winning.
on it?
Dark skinned niggas winning. I'm telling you.
What's your take on this?
So I would think, jealousy definitely goes both ways. When it comes to like relationships and feelings. I guess I'll like throw out there like the topic of threesomes. I know like I could not do that with anybody I have feelings with, like in a relationship.
100%.
Facts, but like just random people, like that's cool.
Wait, I have a question. Okay, so is a threesome considered two guys and one girl, or
A train?
Hold on,
It's a train.
or
It's a train.
It's a train.
It's a
Like for
train.
sure.
No.
It's a train.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry,
no,
sorry,
so a
sorry.
train is a very actual thing. So a train is one after the other, like a caboose, like an engine. So it's like one guy, another
Like
guy,
they just
another guy,
coming in,
another guy.
like-
Or if it's like a girl, a girl, a girl, a girl. Like, but a threesome is people touching each other all at once.
So does it matter if it's two girls and one guy or two guys and one girl?
No, it's
No.
it's either a male female threesome or a female
Thank
male
you.
threesome. But if a guy and
Pause.
a guy are both touching a girl at the
It's a
same
train.
time,
Pause.
it's a threesome.
Pause.
If a guy
Nigga.
Threesome.
If
goes
there's-
You have
and
three
then
guy
after, then it's
Hold on,
threesome
hold
and
on.
three girl
Wait,
threesome.
there's-
You do that?
Let's just let her finish her point. Were you done? Okay.
It's just like nouns matter and technical terms matter. So threesome is three people touching at one time. So if they're doing an Eiffel Tower, like or a spit roast, then it's so a spit roast is like how a Hawaiian spit roast, one on each end, like a pig, one on
Oink,
each
oink.
end. So if you're both touching the girl at the same time, then you're all three physically being sexually gratified in one moment. A train is when two people are sexually gratified and then another two people, and like it can be the girl stays the same or the guy stays the same. But
Bruh.
sexual gratification in a threesome is three people receiving sexual gratification at the same time.
Yo,
Fresh, you got something?
two niggas in a room with a chick is a fucking train, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even. Yo, real
I'll-
talk, that's
I'll-
a fucking
I'll
train.
have to respectfully.
agree.
Motherfucker. That's a
Yeah.
fucking train.
Hold on,
I'll say
so-
this. I would say most people. I don't know if there's a Webster dictionary definition on threesomes, but I think most guys and even women would agree that a threesome is only when it's two women and one guy
Well, it's a-
versus the other way around. It's pretty much a girl getting a train
Was a
ran on her.
professional sex worker, I would take it from the professional
Well,
sex
okay.
worker.
I-
Like,
I-
you know
I
how
can-
doctors
I can
what
give you
doctors.
I can give you how we define it in like porn. And it's like if
Yeah,
it's
okay.
it's like male, female, MFM or MFF, right? Male, female,
Yes.
female, male, female,
So it
male.
can be two males.
But if there's like more than two dudes, it's a gangbang.
Yes.
That's how we define it in the industry.
Always. And if it's
more,
more
than two,
than
so it's like three dudes and one chick, that's a gangbang.
or an
So,
orgy.
Hold on. But think about this, right? You got two dicks going into her. That's penetration. That's two. So
I know
think
how,
about
I know
train,
how
right?
sex works.
A train
Yes.
has different carts. So it's a fucking cart. It's a fucking train.
All right, I
That's
will
what
say
I'm
this:
trying to say.
since we got two P stars on the board, so can a threesome, I guess, for all intents and purposes, be defined as two men and a woman?
I always used to, we
Yes.
always used to refer to
Can
them. We used to refer to the two guy ones as the devil's threesome.
Yeah, that's what it's
Here's
called.
the thing though, right? Because
Okay.
okay, look, because
Okay. Learn
most
something new every day.
let's be honest. Most guys aren't bisexual.
Yeah, they're not.
Most guys aren't.
No.
More women are inclined to engage in bisexual activities than more men. I think
Yep.
that's a pretty fair statement.
Mhm.
Would you agree? Okay.
100%.
So here's the thing: a two-guy, one-girl threesome isn't as fun as a two-girl, one-guy threesome.
For y'all.
Because in a two-girl, one-guy threesome, all three of you can have fun together. It's way more fun for everybody involved. So why wouldn't you just go with the fun one?
I mean,
Okay,
it's
so I
funner
learned
for
something.
me.
I learned something new. I didn't know. I thought it can only be with two women. I learned something new. I got 2 porn stars on the thing, and I
Well,
guess a threesome can be two dudes too.
I
But
guess
I would
what do
say
you think?
most guys,
What do you guys
if you
think?
ask them, they would consider it a train when it's
I
two
think-
guys.
I'll
But-
get-
And honestly, when you're talking about people's sexuality, I don't think you should make anyone uncomfortable or push a line with people that they don't want to accept. If you are having a hard time accepting factually that that's a threesome and you want to say it's a train for your self-preservation, then do whatever feels best. But factually, if you type it into any search bar, what you're saying, MMF or FFM, it's just a technical term of how things
So
happen.
I always
Okay.
imagined a
Fair
train
enough.
being like a basketball team and one girl.
Mhm.
So that's kind of how I like.
Shut
always-
up, AJ.
Shut up, AJ.
Yeah,
Like, just
that's
But see,
a
like a
train.
train
Football
can be a
team.
gangbang, a train can be a threesome, a train can be involved in an orgy. Like you don't know how long a train is.
Right.
But a threesome is definitely 3
Hold on.
people. A train can be 20
I'm
people.
gonna-
A train can be
You're
2
gonna Google it?
people. A train.
I'm Google.
You don't know?
What is a train?
Well,
Consider.
well, they just gave the pornography industry
Yeah,
definition.
Yeah, we got a
man.
clinical one. I
I mean-
want to know what these girls want to think about this
Sorry, Myron.
definition.
So I'll go first. Just because she knows, this is my best friend, so she knows I've always asked this question. I've never had a threesome, but I've always like wondered, like, that is a threesome. 2 guys and 1 girl is also a threesome as 2 girls and 1 guy. But obviously, everyone, like, no one has had the same opinion as me. But
It's called a spit roast most of the time.
Yeah.
So I will say this,
Or Eiffel Tower.
coming from an average guy, right? I not in the industry. I would say most men, if you ask them, they're gonna think what we just said earlier, which is it's a train. If it's 2 guys and 1 girl, they're not gonna define it as a threesome because let's be honest here, 2 girls having sex with a guy, 2 guys having sex with a girl. It's not how do I say this, appealing to most guys. If as a matter of fact, if a girl told a guy that was engaged to her, oh, by the way, I had 2 guys bang me in college, he will probably call off the wedding because guys don't want to share their girl, and if for them to even think that was going to burn in their mind. So yeah, I can see where you're coming from. So technically, it is a threesome, but most guys, an average guy that isn't in the industry that doesn't know better, will refer to it as a train.
Hold on. So I googled what a train really means.
So Maury,
Because I ain't gonna lie, you might be right with the definition on the porn side, but I'm gonna just say this:
Survey
a
says.
train is a succession of vehicles or pack of animals traveling in the same direction. Now, you know what they say about men, right? We're dogs. So you got 2 dogs in a room going in the same box. Is like, to me, that's the fucking train. But that's just my
But
opinion.
that's
I
why I'm
agree
saying
with that.
if you're both touching her at the same time, then you're not going in the same direction.
No, but think about it. Treat them. One person's in the ass, one person's in the pussy.
I think he means towards the same
Yeah,
woman. Is what he means.
Oh, you're talking about something even more.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not what threesome.
You're talking about something
Yeah.
really technically complicated now.
Yikes.
You're talking
That
about like
is
double
not-
penetration.
like you,
yeah,
No,
I
but
mean,
even if it wasn't, right? If I go in and I bust a nut and he goes and busts a nut, that's like 2 in the same direction.
Sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
Monetization gone.
Yeah.
I'm
See ya.
just
It's all good. It's all good.
Straight to Patreon.
Yeah.
okay. You know what?
No, we'll keep this up. It's gonna stay up. It's just
shout
fine.
out to Mike
All
Boss.
right. Thank you, Mike Boss, for giving
Thank you, Mike.
joining the thing. Do you have a take on it? You want to say something?
I do. I think it's a train.
You think it's a train
We've
too?
known each other for 3 years, and she's always asked. I think she asks me this question like literally every 3 months, and I tell her the same question. It's a fucking train.
See,
Like
It's
personally,
not.
me, it's a train. Like it's
And
double. Like
oh,
from,
go ahead.
and it's just like a definition that I've always had. Like not even like from high school to college. Like it's a train. Like I don't know what else to say about it. It's 2 men penetrating 1. Like, and I'm not like slut shaming or anything in that sense, but I'm saying it's a train. Like
Shoot, motherfucker.
choo, motherfucker. Like
What's your take
y'all
on
are
it?
getting.
Do it like change up, say if the guys start touching each other and stuff in it, then it's considered a threesome?
I don't think. Well, men won't do it.
You
like
never know.
personally, me, you never know. But like men that I've personally like, let's say I personally been with, like if I ever that have ever asked me for a threesome, okay, can I do it with a man?
They want it with a girl.
They don't want it with a man. They're
Right.
looking at you like, bitch, are you crazy?
Right, they
and
laugh.
it's like, what's up? Like you want
I'm
it
so
with
sweetie.
you want it with a woman? I want it with a man. So and it
Yeah.
does. I do look at it as a train that way. With a man, like 2 girls, like I still have a problem. I have a jealousy issue. So like for me, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think that's
Like,
referred to as a sword fight.
Yeah.
That's sword fight, exactly.
Where does it stop becoming a train and it starts becoming a sword?
Don't cross the streams.
I will simply just say this to all the ladies out there, because I kind of see where you're going with this. I'm just gonna be honest and speak for all men, toxically masculine. I will speak for a majority of men and say this. Ladies, if you want a relationship with a guy and want to get married one day and or have a serious boyfriend, understand that if you have sex with 2 men at the same time, your value is going to drop to a degree that you might not be able to recover from, and he better not find out. If you are going to do it, you better not find out. He better not find out.
Can I say it in a different way that might be a little nicer? If you are a woman who does like to have multiple sexual partners, you are going to isolate yourself into a category of dating partners that is very limited. It's not to say that you're going to lose value, because a lot of people who want women who are sexually promiscuous don't have that as an outlet from normal monogamous relationships. So it's not always of losing value, but you will pigeonhole yourself into a certain dating group, and you will isolate yourself to a group of men who do only like that certain thing.
So I'm going to say this. I get your point. You know, you don't want to say anything disparaging about her losing her value or whatever, but you got to understand that value is directly proportionate to the person consuming the product.
Well,
So-
because my dating group has gone up since I've been more sexually expressive. Like, I was dating super bums before I became sexually fulfilled and started doing what I wanted to do. And my pool became much smaller. Like, I could maybe have dated, I mean, I'm 6 feet, so maybe I could have dated like 25% of men before. And now it's like 1% of men I have a possibility of having a serious, respectful, romantic relationship with. But to be fulfilled as a person, I have to do that for myself. But that put me into a different like group of people.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this because we're gonna respectfully disagree with you, and this is
You
what
always
happens
do.
a lot of the times when women communicate with women. You guys don't tell each other the uncomfortable truth. You're saying I'm not gonna lose my value, all this other stuff. Let's keep it a stack here, because on this podcast we don't lie.
Keep it real.
Your value as a woman when it comes to intersexual dynamics is determined by the opposite gender, period. Men are the consumers of female beauty. The things that men look for in a woman when it comes to a relationship, marriage, some type of serious consequence where he's investing in her and children, whatever, one of the indisputable requirements of a woman is purity to some degree. It used to be virginity, but obviously modern day times, that's changed. You know, it's chastity to some degree. But the thing is this, typically it's a, you know, don't ask, don't tell policy, right?
Yeah.
So men don't ask much of women. However, women ask a lot of men, right? I want to be taller than me, make more money than me, be more successful than me, ambitious, whatever. Women have a laundry list of requirements. Men don't have many. One of the biggest requirements is, I don't want my girl to be a hoe.
Yep.
So that advice you're giving, though I get where you're coming from your profession, is destructive to the average woman. And I'll tell you why. Women need to understand that there is a burden of performance. The problem is that we live in a society now where women aren't held accountable for bad decisions. If you're a hoe in college, if you're promiscuous in your past, it does matter, because the quality of man that you'll be able to keep and retain for marriage or any type of serious relationship is going to be impacted. It's just that men, like I said earlier in the podcast, are never going to be honest about this, because anything that represses female sexuality is looked at as misogynistic, toxic, insecure, small dick energy. So it's okay for women to have standards on men, but it is not okay for men to have standards on women, because male standards inherently repress female sexuality. So I'm telling all the ladies here, if you want a man to marry you, take you seriously, and most importantly, respect you as a wife, being promiscuous is going to hurt you and lower your value, despite how you might feel about it, because we're measuring what men want, not what women want, what men want. And if a man's going to commit to a woman, one of the most important things to that man is that she is not a hoe. There's a reason why a woman walks down the aisle wearing a white wedding dress in all different types of cultures. Virginity is sacred since the beginning of time. And as a matter of fact, there have been racial, religious conventions, social conventions, war, all this type of stuff to repress female sexuality. Every single biblical book, Quran, etc., talks about the dangers of promiscuous women and how it hurts and destroys kingdoms. Because if a woman has children with other men and he can't ensure that paternity, like Rollo was talking about, right? We have modern conventions to figure it out now, but it can cause chaos. Men kill each other over this type of thing, over their woman having sex with other men, cause a lot of chaos. So long story short is this. Ladies, if you're going to be promiscuous, understand that men will decrease their value and their respect for you, and they will not take you seriously for a relationship, period. You know, and men determine your value, whether women want to accept it or not. There is a burden of performance on women. The thing that sucks with women is that they don't know that there's a burden of performance. It's invisible 9 out of 10 times.
Don't, DeMarco.
So,
and can I
Son,
add to your point there as well,
Yeah,
Myron? There's
please.
like a direct, there from at least from my experience, and maybe you guys can kind of jump on this experience as well,
Yeah.
Myron and Fresh and Rollo. There's a direct correlation between like a woman's promiscuity and her flakiness. Like the more promiscuous a woman has tended to be, the more flaky she is, and the less loyal she tends to be, and less respectful of your time. in general. And those sort of things just automatically filter her out.
Yeah.
For a dude who knows that his time is worth something.
Yeah. And again, this is not for me to shame women or say like, you better keep it in and not bang. All I'm saying is that if you have a promiscuous past, don't tell anyone that you want to marry. That's all I'm saying, because that man will lose respect for you. It's literally ingrained in our DNA, like Rollo said earlier, to be disgusted by promiscuous women from a relationship standpoint.
Yeah,
we'll fuck you.
Yeah.
But we're not going to put a ring on you.
We'll smash for sure. We'll play the game for long as we can, but long-term marriage?
Yeah.
Hell no.
And most women, whether they want to admit it or not, they want a relationship and a marriage. So all I'm simply saying is giving some game to the ladies. If you did have a promiscuous past, you better not find out about it.
If you want to be married.
Or just not be promiscuous. One
Can
of
I
the
ask
two.
a question?
Sure.
So for men, does body count matter? Like, I'm saying as like, you know, we're all adults and stuff like that. Like personally, me, I don't ask body count. I don't want to know nothing about your past. I don't want to know nothing about what you did. I don't want to know, like, at all. Like, don't tell me shit. Like, I'd rather just go blind wolf and find out.
Rollo, Sterling, you guys got this one. I just went on a rant, so you guys go ahead.
I'll go first, Rollo. Okay, I'll go first. Even if I wanted to know what your body count is, you're never going to tell me your truth.
Facts.
So
there's always a set number.
There's no way I can actually know for real what your body count is, right?
Oh, no.
However, so that's why we use like other social cues as an indicator of your body count. Like I said before, how flaky are you?
Okay.
How respectful are you of my time? How loyal are you after I've had sex with you? Do you stick around? Do you respect my time after the fact? Are you flaunting your ass on Instagram after the fact? Like, are you replying to dudes in your DMs after we've smashed? There's like things we can look for as a guy that tell us if I can take you seriously or not.
Right.
I personally feel like men
Shirt the stores. I feel like shirt the stores.
I feel like merch. Y'all copy it.
Vibing next.
I feel like men, for men that they care about body count. I personally do, because I feel like a woman like they could get with a man that has 100+ body count and they don't care. They're like, whatever, an experienced man. And I've heard that from multiple women. They're like, whatever, experienced man, whatever, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. But a man, like, you tell them, like, yeah, I have like 15 people. What the fuck? You got 15 people? You've been ran through, you've been this, you've been that. And I really feel like that's not fair for women. Like, men can do whatever, and women like are devalued automatically. And I feel like it's because of, by the fact that we are penetrated and not, men like.
Well, life isn't fair.
Life is clearly, as a woman, it's not fair.
But like, you're trying to compare apples and oranges.
Yeah,
we're different. Like, I don't have some of the advantages in life that you have, and you have some of these advantages I have. I'm stronger than you. Okay. But I don't have your beauty, right? You can get
that's for damn sure.
You can, hey, fuck you. I'm professionally sexy, you bastard. I can't, like, you can get certain things as a young, attractive woman that I cannot get.
It's a conquest for men to get women. So it's like a prize. But for us to get men, like, you can go outside and find anybody today.
A woman getting sex is like a man lifting up a stone. Yeah. It's like it's a heavy rock. All right, done, easy.
Like, so that's why like a man's body count is like a source of pride.
We have to work for it.
Yep.
Yeah, and they hold it very like. But for women, it's like you can't really brag about that. It's like someone with high metabolism being skinny.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, and that's
like a skinny guy having abs.
Genetics.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah.
Rollo?
Men and women are different. I don't know if you've noticed that. This is probably one of the most common questions you field here, and
on this podcast.
Probably.
So I want you guys to answer instead of us. We talk about this almost every show.
Men and women are different, and it's time we stop looking at the reason why you think it's not fair. The reason why you think it's not fair is because somewhere along the line, probably when you were much younger, and probably how old are you now?
20.
20. So obviously. Somewhere along the line, whether it was through popular culture, through your learning process, through music, through whatever, it's you've come to the conclusion that men and women are blank slate equals, that they should, like, what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. So if men can go out and have sex as much as they want, then women should be able to go out and do that too. And the problem is men and women are not blank slate equals. They are different different physically, different neurologically, different psychologically.
We broke this on our podcast, by the way.
Yeah, I talked all about
in detail. Studies are there.
Yeah, go
ahead,
check
Rollo,
it out.
Sorry.
So So for men and women, part of those differences is mating strategy. So for women, they tend to be looking for quality. Men tend to be looking for quantity because it makes more sense, evolutionarily speaking, for men to be able to hit it and quit it, ejaculate and evacuate, get out of there as fast as possible, because in our evolutionary past, that was our best breeding strategy. Women's mating strategy is hypergamy, okay? Alpha fucks, beta bucks, okay? For men, it is unlimited access to unlimited sexuality, because the more children we get with every ejaculate, we can potentially mate with hundreds and thousands of women, really, if you can do that.
Yep.
And so for men tend to be what's called R-selected, meaning that they breed in number, like they spread the seed, right? For women, you can't do that because you've only got one cell that gets fertilized, and you have the higher investment cost when it comes to reproduction. So you're going to spend 9 months knocked up with a baby, and then you're going to, at least in our evolutionary past, speaking wise, you're going to spend at least 7 or 8 years raising that child from complete helplessness to being able to put food in its mouth, right? So to self-sufficiency before you can have a brother or a sister. Now, usually it happens like 4 years or something like now, because we have modern medicine and convenience, but that used to be the way it was. Women have a higher threshold for finding the guy who's quality, who's going to exhibit being like very good looking, arousing, the guy you really want to bang, but he's also got to be the guy that has the 3 P's: protection, provisioning, and parental investment. He has to be the guy that's going to stick around and protect you while you're pregnant, because women are the vulnerable sex. And the reason why they're the vulnerable sex is because they have the higher investment cost when it comes to reproduction. So 9 months knocked up, I need my money, I need to, I need my child support payments, I need you to, help me with the pregnancy, that kind of stuff. That's the parental investment side for this century anyways. So for men, it's R selection. For women, it's K selection, meaning they're looking for quality. They're looking for somebody who's going to stick around. They're going to put investment into that pregnancy, and hopefully that's the way it's going to work. Now, today in modern times, finding that in the same guy is next to impossible. So that's why cuckoldry comes in, where you can have sex with the hot guy in the foam cannon party. You can get the hot alpha guy, get alpha seed, beta need, right? You mate with one guy, breed with that guy, and then convince the beta get
the sugar daddy to pay you $1,000 a month.
You tell it,
pay your rent.
Again, what is it? Chris Rock says, who tells the bigger lies? Women. It's your baby. Yeah, that's and why is that a joke? Well, we laugh at that because that's the truth of it. Is that makes sense. It has to be. I need that support. Because it's that vulnerability. It's not that you're thinking of that when you see the hot guy in the club and you go, man, I really want to fuck that guy. It's not about, you're not thinking, oh, I want to reproduce with him and have like children. And you're not thinking that far ahead. Yeah. That's the proximate cause versus the ultimate cause. The proximate cause is the hot guy in the club that you really want to get with. The ultimate cause is you're going to have his kid.
Yep.
And so what are you going to do with that kid once you have him? So the investment is always in your head, whether you're thinking of it or not. Most women and most guys aren't thinking of it either. It's not a conscious cognitive process. It's just you come to it, you cross that bridge when you get to it, sort of thing. So there's the investment costs that go into reproduction. So when we're looking at guys who want to be the guy who's going to stick around, they're trading off their mating strategy to accommodate your mating strategy. So why is pornography such a big deal? Why do we have online 4K streaming free pornography right here? I can go get it right now if I want to. Why is it free for me to go and do that? Because it's unlimited access to unlimited sexuality when it comes to pornography. That's what that's catering to.
Mm-hmm.
So when my strategy is I want to get with as many chicks as I can, but I can't because I'm going to have babies with you and till death do us part, and forsaking all others in sickness and in health, and rich or poor, or all the marriage vows. If I'm going to promise that means what I'm doing is I'm sacrificing my mating strategy of unlimited access to unlimited. Like I could get with a lot of girls, but you're special and I really love you and I really want to have babies with you and we're going to have a life together and you do all that great stuff. I'm sacrificing my mating strategy to accommodate and to consolidate and optimize yours. The only stipulation is, well, you still got to bang me, right? Because I still want to have sex, and if I'm giving up, my mating strategy, I got to have that. But but the most important stipulation, the kid has to be my fucking kid. And that's why
Bam. There's a
men-
kicker. That's why your value lowers, ladies, when you have sex with a lot of dudes.
And again,
Go ahead,
it
sorry.
goes back to the jealousy thing. It goes back to the mate guarding thing. Men have to historically, evolutionarily speaking, have always had to invest themselves and be obsessive compulsive about paternity. So when women say, "Oh, a real man takes care of other men's kids," no, that's a social convention that's meant to satisfy that optimization, because the guy she had sex with and bred with, is not the guy who's sticking around. So we've got to convince all these 80%ers. We got to convince all these beta males to think they're heroes and they're white knights and they're superheroes. Step up to I'm the dad who stepped up. I'm not the stepdad, right?
Yeah.
So that's the popular meme. That's the popular social convention to get those guys to optimize to the alphas you had sex with, that you're having the babies. He's still sticking to his sexual strategy and nailing other chicks. It's the beta cuck, the blue pill guy that says, "Okay, baby, I'll be happy to step in and I'll help you take care of the kids." And suddenly he's the noble soul for having done that.
Yep.
And that's part of the mating mechanics of what we have right now. But for me to accommodate and to optimize a woman's mating strategy, I have to sacrifice my own. That's what I call the cardinal rule of mating strategies. For one sex to optimize their mating strategy, the other one has to compromise or abandon it.
Bam.
So when, like today, it's usually abandonment for men.
Yep.
Like men have to say, "Okay, forget it. I'm just going to stick with this one girl because that's their only option."
Yep.
They're not a porn star, man. They can't go and knock it out with a whole bunch of girls. So what they do is they fixate and say, "Okay, monogamy. This is my best shot at reproducing."
Mm-hmm.
And so even if I got to take care of some other guy's kid, the chances are that somewhere along the line, she's going to have my kid too. And it becomes the new form of a mating strategy for beta males. So that's why when women say, "Well, you're a superhero for knocking it out with a bunch of guys." Yeah, because he's sticking to his mating strategy and not accommodating your mating strategy. While at the same time, when women are, slut shamed or they you're loose for that. The reason it's not that you're loose or you're slut, it's you're a bad bet for paternity.
Yeah.
You're a bad bet for me saying that might not be my kid. And even if we have DNA testing and everything else, my evolutionary psychology, my lizard brain, my hindbrain still says, yeah, she's the town bicycle, and everybody gets a shot at it right there. And I don't know that if the kid's going to be mine or it's not going to be mine, even if that's not the cognitive thing that you're thinking. It's what your hindbrain is thinking.
Damn. Somebody clip that, please.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best explanations of why men can have sex with a lot of girls and women can have sex with a lot of dudes. At least when it comes to
and then the other part
biology.
The other part of that is that men can separate their emotions from the sex act, whereas women, because of their mating strategy, have to invest emotions in that guy. You're going to stick around, right? You're going to be there for me. You're going to be there right now.
Yeah.
Now you're going to argue with me and say, "Well, it's no, today women are less repressed. They're more sexually open. They got OnlyFans. They can do this." Yeah, but right up until about 1965, when hormonal birth control got invented, that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
And so now we're kind of like, for the last 60
pushing back
years,
the clock a bit.
for the last 60 years, all bets are off. Hypergamy is unfettered right now, and here we are, 2021, and this is the result of it.
He is the author of The Rational Male, guys.
There you
Get
go.
the book, and he
Very
breaks
good
this
book.
down in far more detail as to male and female sexuality and the differences there. Do you have something? You want to say something?
And also, I think you touched base at it at the end. Girls are more emotional, so if
And they have to be. That's
Yeah.
part of the investment.
and it's easier for a guy to nut than a girl. So
Yeah, and that's not to say
I
that
don't
women
know
can't
who you even
detach.
with.
There are some women that can detach from sex. There are some,
Yeah,
but what I
yeah.
am saying, on a balance of probabilities, most women aren't able to do that. They got to get to that point.
You out of here. Oh,
Well,
shit.
they have to
I
be
don't
conditioned
I
to
don't
get past that.
attached easily.
She's a man. Like she's a whole dude.
She's a giant.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have
Yeah. Okay. Well, you might not get attached, but most women, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I still have emotions. So like, I there's been times that I have gotten attached, but for the most part, I don't get it. Like,
Okay.
I don't get
Okay.
attached.
Okay, so tonight, Sterling.
But
You're
also,
jumping on the wrong dick, honey.
Yeah.
but it's also that's how it is from no. That's not little thing. But that's how it is. Like from the front. Like I already that's what I'm going into our relationship, situationship, whatever it is.
Mhm.
It's clear that it's not a relationship. Like we're just fucking.
It is what it is.
Sport
Yeah.
fucking.
Wrong dick.
Cool.
I'll say this though, real quick, just to play devil's advocate. If you got as you guys continue to have sex, you're eventually going to try to angle and get him into some kind of commitment with you. It always happens. Women rarely treat sex for what it is. Sex is really an equal value exchange. You're just shaking hands. Women never treat it like that. They want it to be a value loaded exchange, which means they want you to either spend more time with them, give them attention,
Or
resources, money, whatever it is. But women typically rarely barter sex for nothing else but sex from the man. So you might
agree
be
with you, though. I
you
do
might be
agree with
detached from
you.
him now, but at some point you're gonna want more from him. So
I do agree with you because there has been situations.
Situationships.
Where we've, that's how we started a relationship or whatever it was.
Mhm.
And, along the line, I did start to catch feelings, but in my head, I'm like, yo, this is not what I
yeah.
here for.
Sign
And,
up
and I'll say this also
So I
really
do agree
quickly
with
too,
you.
just to show the difference between men and women. So you're saying you're emotionally, I guess, detached at times. I will say this: even the most emotionally detached, promiscuous woman is going to have more standards than even some of the most conservative men. Does that make sense? So, like, even guys that are prudes are still going to be far more likely, and it's going to be easier for them to detach from sex than even the biggest hoes. Because men are just wired for it. Like, we're made to have sex with girls like without even trying. You know what I'm saying?
And also, let's be real here. You're gonna do this for a certain amount of time. You're not gonna do this forever. So at some point, you're gonna want to settle down with a guy and say, you know what? I'm tired of like just fucking for fun. I want to actually find somebody that's gonna take care of me and be with me at some time.
And I agree with everything you're saying and everything you're saying. It's just like I said in the last podcast, I've never been in a serious relationship, so it's coming from experience.
Okay.
So I don't. You feel me? I don't know how to do that, or I've always been the type to not be attached. So that's all I know.
Hey,
Does
somebody in
that make
chat, fly her out.
Yeah, there you go. So real quick, guys, I've been told from our people in the back, shout out to Trey and Chris, we got 9,511 of you guys watching right now, almost 10,000. We need some goddamn likes because how many likes we have?
3.9 on YouTube. 3.9.
3.9. Yo,
we need at least
how many are watching
7,000
on
likes,
YouTube?
bro.
How many are watching on YouTube?
YouTube right here.
Okay.
We need 6,500 or 7,000.
Yeah, there's 8,723 of you guys watching us on YouTube right now. We need at least 5,000 likes.
Oh, yep.
Rollo,
5,000 likes.
Rollo, talk about something.
Yeah, tell us about your book. Tell us about your book.
I'm going to talk to you about the ancient art of ninjutsu.
This will go away, by the way.
For the ninja watchers that are watching right now.
All you ninja watchers.
All you ninja watchers.
Ismail, Cruel DeVille is badly damaged.
No, we ain't reading shit. We need 5,000 fucking likes.
There you go.
Man. This is some
There you go.
bullshit. Like, guys, we're giving you guys crazy content. This is an awesome show. Like the goddamn video. I'm tired of having to stop the show because you motherfuckers don't want to hit the like button.
And it's free.
Hit the like button, man. It's not hard.
It's so easy. You just click.
So we're gonna start shamelessly selling things.
Rollo, sell all your stuff.
Sell all your
All
books.
right, go to Amazon.com. Type in The Rational. How can I channel Hotep Jesus for this? Go to Amazon.com. Go to The Rational Mail and pick up the first book because that's where you need to start. That's the rule book. Uh-oh.
Well, you already sold me. So
You already
I'm
sold, so
buying
go
today.
pick it today.
I'm buying
Okay.
today.
Then pick up the second book, which is The Rational Male Preventive Medicine. It will tell you what to expect from women at different phases of their lives, at different times when they're different ages. And then you can move on to book 3, which is Positive Masculinity. So you can raise your children in a red pill fashion. So you can teach them what to do so they avoid all of the pitfalls that you have made. And before you even had your children,
the like
before you
button.
even had, please hit the like button. Before they even came into existence, all of the horrible mistakes you made, you don't want them to suffer the same fate. So pick up Positive Masculinity. Oh, but make sure you pick up this last book.
Too late, niggas! Look, I don't want to do this, but you guys are never liking the videos. Have been pissing me off. Get over here. You like the video? Fuck your house. Fuck your mom, nigga. Right now. Y'all niggas think I'm playing around? I got a fucking sword. I got my character, and I'll kill you guys. Like the video right now. Right now. Matter of fact, if you guys don't like the video, I'm sure y'all niggas is gonna have it. Please hit the like button.
You can block a bullet with a nunchuck. Well, not block. You can sort of deflect. The secret art of karate.
Hit the like button.
Don't hit me, nigga. Yeah, I want you. Don't hit me. I want you, nigga. Good.
Sweep the leg.
Wait, you guys in a video right now. I'm going to have you guys. Watch. Right now. Oh.
He followed through on that one.
Fresh is dead. Fresh has been killed. Enter the dragon.
Well,
And that's all.
and that's it. Now we've got no hosts. It's just us.
Well, now we're here. Are you the only 3 wives on Instagram? Now that we're
Follow me
here.
on Instagram, AKS.24K.
Jennifer WWO. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
For fraud and duplicity.
Yo,
That's the plan.
and for getting kicked in the stomach, follow me on Instagram, Freshman CEO.
I didn't mean to, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, guys, like the video, man, because those masks, I can't breathe in it.
We can't breathe or talk.
Okay, so all right, super chats.
All right, you know what, Rollo, you read these, bro.
Yeah, you got it, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
Our Sterling. You know what? In your Australian voice, down under. Can you
There
read
you
this
go.
real quick?
In my
Do
den on
that
the voice.
one because I need my glasses.
Most who is this? Who's it? Arcane?
RDK?
Most guys consider MF a train because they can't imagine both working the girl over at the same time.
Fair enough.
Who we got next? Sheldon Richardson. I look up the definition of a train. It says it is a sexual act that consists of more than 2 men and a woman.
Do you know what a BMF is?
A BMF.
Bad
good mother.
motherfucker.
Good mother.
$50. Thank you again. We live in a society where the idiots and misbehave get rewarded, and the responsibility to speak the truth get punished. Up is down and down is up. Way past 1984. Thank you. Okay, Honor Bar, $50. I want to shift a bit from this spicy P-Star talk. LMAO. Rollo, I have a question for you. You've been married for 25 years. What have you found to be key as a man in your marriage? By the way, congratulations on 25 years.
Cool.
And then Zentinence. Please don't conflate dating / sexual value versus marriage value as a mother / wife. See, that's the thing. That's say the ladies. That's what I say all the time. You might have high bedroom fun as free spirit, but as the buyer of the product, I see no value in buying what's supposed to be valued as special when others got it for free.
Bam.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, ladies, there is 2 different metrics that you're measured on. So I just had to be honest about that. It does lower your marriage value, which is what women want. To be honest.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Go ahead.
Like, do you guys actually see and I'm asking this very
Yeah,
serious. Like, do you guys see yourselves getting married?
Yes, I do.
I'm not thinking
Well,
about
he is
marriage
married.
right now. I'm not thinking about babies
Well,
or marriage
yes.
right now. Here we
Are you asking the
go.
guys or the girls?
Oh, I'm a kid myself.
Because everybody, because personally me, I do not see myself getting married, and I'm very young, and I strongly believe that I do not see myself getting married because I don't believe in titles. I don't believe in somebody taking care of me. I don't believe in any of that. I believe in living life, like it's what Drake said. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Like I'm here.
When
Like
you think about marriage, it can really just like be expensive. It can cost a lot. It can
marriage
be a
scares
lot
me.
of
Like in
Especially
a
if you're a
serious
guy.
relationship with an
Yeah.
individual, if I see it very serious and they're like, like getting to that point and whatever, like, like let's I'm like,
change
oh
your mind
hell no.
later.
Like
How
I'm
would-
starting to back
Cause
up
feelings,
because I don't personally see myself doing that because I just feel like, and it's
Shirts and stores.
the chat's gonna, kill me for this, but I feel like we're here for a good
Haters.
time, not a long time, you know?
But because you're saying that because we're young though.
Yeah.
But once
Yeah, let
along
some
the
time
road,
pass,
like
and I'm
let us
30.
be right. But then you
I
can't.
still don't believe that though because I feel like
I feel
life
you.
there's so much life to live. Like I don't want to be
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with like having companionship or a partner and not being married. Like, there's nothing wrong. With
No,
that.
yeah, I
like
feel I don't
that's
believe in
gonna be
titles,
rude.
if that makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
believe in an understanding between the two individuals. So like a title of like where this is my husband.
You like boyfriend girlfriend title or
no?
Well, look, here's
like
the thing.
why?
Let me answer your question. As a guy living in the West, marriage is a terrible idea. The legal idea
Well, I
of a
agree.
marriage is an absolutely terrible idea. However, I'm speaking for me. I absolutely want to have like 20 kids. I want
Yeah.
and, like
Sheesh.
repopulate the
I
earth.
look, I have fantastic genes and they need to spread.
I feel that, but
Yeah,
20
damn
20's
right.
a little pushing it. You
They're
feel me?
not all
20
coming from
different
you.
baby
They're going to come
mamas.
from several women. Right?
Several.
Several women. Right? This way I can't do the
That
legal
way.
thing in the West.
Well, I don't know
Fly 'em
about
out.
several, but
And
That's my plan.
Rollo, could you kind of break down like the
When you
age?
live like there is no tomorrow, then tomorrow becomes your worst enemy.
Boom.
And so I know, philosophical.
Somebody quote that real
Well,
quick.
I like that one.
So here's the thing: is I 100% understand where you're coming from because I was exactly the same way. And what happens, I think, especially for women, is once you get to be about like 29, 30, 31 years old, at some point along the way, you will realize the priorities you have right now, like he was just saying a minute ago, like women prioritize like what they're attracted to in a guy, what they want to be. Like there's what women are aroused by, like a hot guy, right? That's what they gets their blood pumping. And what they're attracted to is whatever those long-term qualities end up being. He's got to be funny, and he's got to make me laugh, and he's got to be smart and driven and ambitious and love his mama and like puppy dogs and want to go to Disneyland. And that, like, there's the attraction.
Shout to Hero.
Could be a good, be a good dad versus cats kind of. You want to bang the cat and you want to marry the dad, right? What happens is you have these lists of priorities, and right now at 20 years old, those are set in a pretty, I want the hot guy, and then he's got to really be hot, and then he's got to be hot again. Oh, and then these other things right here. Those priorities are they're not going to go away, but they're going to shift in order as you get to be 28, 29, 30, because at some point when you get to be like, say, 33 years old, you will acknowledge that you can no longer compete in the sexual marketplace with women who are 23 years old. So your 33-year-old self will not be able to compete at the same level in that sexual marketplace as your 23-year-old self does. And that's when you will look for long-term security. So between 18 and about 28 years old, that's when women have their hoe phase. Right. That's when I called it the party years in my, I was trying to be nice too. And then it suddenly was, it's the hoe phase. I'm going to have a good hoe phase. All right. The hoe. All right. Let's call it the hoe phase. So 18 to 28 right there, you've got 10 years to sort of maximize your sexual agency, that 10-year slot right there. And you're right smack dab in the almost in the middle of it right now. I usually peg women's sexual market value peak years at about 23 years old. So that's when you're at your peak, and then it kind of levels off, and then it kind of goes down once you get to be about 30, 31, right, like 29, 30.
Will you accept a woman with their hoe face?
Would I accept? See, it's a lot different. It's different. It's different for me right now. But like a lot of most men, they will, because they don't have any other options.
They have to.
The problem is that your options will end up decreasing the older that you get, because the guys who will accept you won't be the guys that you really want to get with. That you really want to get with. So the guys who are accepting and are cool with you having, this, I was so crazy in college, and I had my fun, and now I want to get serious, and now I want to settle down. And you see this all the time on Tinder. You see this all the time on like dating profiles where the girl's like, I want to get serious. And if you're not ready to get serious and you're a game player,
don't mess with me.
Then don't swipe left or right or whatever, swipe away from me kind of thing. And so your pool,
we got your graph up right now, Rollo.
Your pool of applicants, there it is, the infamous graph from 2014.
So yeah, guys, ladies, if you look at this graph real quick, as you can see, it shows. This is hilarious. I never thought we'd be showing this graph to women, but it shows
Can you make it bigger?
The male peak. Yeah, if we can enlarge that a bit, Chris.
Book one.
It shows the male peak versus the female peak. The female peak right there is right around 23 versus the male peak is right around, what is that, 35?
35, 36.
35, 36.
Like mid-30s, depends on how well the guy maximizes.
Yeah. So go ahead, continue, Rollo. Didn't mean to.
So anyways, the sexual market value peak.
Your attractiveness.
Okay, your attractiveness, the things that make you the most attractive to a man during that particular age. For men select for beauty and fertility, youth, beauty, fertility, younger, hotter, tighter. And that's across the board from 15 all the way up to like 70, 80, 90 years old. And this is straight out the data set for this is out of a book called Dataclysm. And it was from OkCupid and an aggregate of like dating sites where they were taking all this data and throwing it all together and saying, what ladies, when do you find a man most attractive? And gentlemen, when do you find a woman most attractive? Across the board, men found women between the ages of 21 and 23, 24 the most attractive. That's why I pegged that at that particular time right there. And so that's because they're selecting just for that. For when they asked women the same question, it was if the woman was 20, she's looking for a guy who's like 23, 25, somewhere right there. She's looking for older, but not like ancient, not like 60 or something like that. She's looking for a guy who's anywhere, statistically speaking, 3 to 7 years older than she is, depending on when it is. And so they ask a girl 25, what are you looking for? A guy who's 28 to 30. That's the age at which he looks most attractive to me. And it coincides with everything I was talking about way back in 2011, 2012 when I was doing this. And then so for men, it's a little bit different because the things that make a man a good long-term attractive guy take longer to get to. He has to mature into it. Men have to become, and it takes longer for a man to attain the things that makes him maximally attractive. So that's why I say 35, 36, assuming he stays, in relatively good shape. He makes partner in the law team. He, he has his own business. He achieves something and maximizes his potential right around 36, 37 years old. That's when he's got the most of what women want the most. And usually they want it right when they're about 30 years old and they're on their descent out of the sexual marketplace. Again, it's not personal value. It is sexual market value.
Your attractiveness.
Women always conflate the two. They say, well, I'm a nice person. I'm not talking about whether you have a great, you can be Mother Teresa. It doesn't mean guys want to bang you.
Or have a lot of money.
Wonderful soul, have a lot of money, have a great career, have your own business.
We don't care.
Got multiple degrees. I'm a good catch. Yeah. If you were a guy, you would be a good catch because men and women are different. We were just talking about that. And they have different criteria for what makes them maximally attractive at what age. So that's why I peg those ages as the sexual market value.
Yo, we got Jamari in the chat. Big YouTuber. to Jamari in the chat,
what's up, man?
man.
Shout out to you. We got a lot of YouTubers watching us, man. It's fucking awesome. As I continue to lose my voice. LMAO, this is hilarious. Yeah, man. Hey, it is what it is. It's when we pulled out the graph. It was like, oh shit. Really
Twin Peaks.
Yeah, like what's going on? But yeah, cool. I guess does that answer your question? Because you were saying like, would we want to get married?
Yeah.
Okay, answers the question. Cool. Any other super chats that we got to hit? Because we still got another topic to cover. Okay, $50. Good. Nope.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Next
guys,
topic.
at this point, we're only reading $50 and up, man, just so that we can continue the show.
Amos Brown, $50. Rollo, I've read your book, The Rational Male, and I'm purchasing another from my brother.
Good.
As a man, 2 men and a woman is a train. Period.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Okay, so let's go to the second topic.
So we should have a video, right?
Yeah.
Pulled up.
Yeah. Chris actually picked this one out. Shout out to Chris, the producer, aka Dr. Dre. We got a video that we're going to show you guys here about equality. You guys know how we feel about equality. Well, actually. Oh, he did?
Cool.
Okay.
Shout out to him.
Before we play this video, I just want to ask the ladies real quick. Are men and women equal?
No.
No. No.
No?
No.
All the ladies think no?
No.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's get this video up.
Men for total equality.
Yep. And this is on YouTube. Okay. Fair use, guys. All right. And
yo, Dark Knight just donated 30 motherfucking subs.
Hey, thank you for
Shout
that, bro.
out to you, bro.
Appreciate that. Greatly. You get it down to Marco, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you very much. And then Will I Ruiner, I think the dirt on set is affecting show lighting quality. Can someone pass Ariana a paper towel to remove smudges from the pole and balcony doors? And no, I don't mean often.
What?
Do I look like a maid? Like,
I'm confused.
to clean?
Okay.
I think it's the smudges there.
I don't know what happened there, but all right. Brian and Don. Okay, guys, we're gonna play this. Brian and Don, the founders of Total Equality. This video was given to us by a follower on Instagram. Thank you so much, Nigel.
Yeah.
And all right, let's get into it. Fair use,
One of the
motherfuckers.
supporters. Yep.
Fair use.
Say that they're out here fighting for equality. But we've made the decision to fight for total equality in every way. Hey, babe, just checking in, seeing how that deck's coming. Well, it's great that women occupy 65% of PR jobs. We still live in a world where only 14% of Alaska crab fishermen are women.
And 10% of roadkill removal specialists. Women are perfectly capable of things other than marketing, and they have every right to be down there mining coal with the boys.
50% of coal miners should be women minimum.
It starts at home, whether it's mowing the lawn or...
Pause. Okay, and we're gonna stop this a little bit, guys, because obviously we don't want to get hit with
Fair
anything.
use.
Fair use. Real quick, because we've had this debate many times. As a matter of fact, if you guys don't know, 3 weeks ago, I got into a very annoying and heated exchange with a woman who was a feminist, and she continued to perpetuate the false narrative that the wage gap exists because of sexism. No, the wage gap exists because of female choice. Women choose to work jobs that, on a balance of probabilities, earn less than men. The top 10 paying jobs are male-dominated. Top 10 career fields that pay the least are female-dominated. Just like Rollo says all the time, men tend to be interested in things while women are interested in people.
STEM.
They want to be a social worker. They want to be involved in education, whatever it is. These jobs tend to pay less versus women don't get into STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And as a matter of fact, for all you angry wage gap people that say, oh, women earn 80 cents on the dollar for every man. First of all,
stupid.
Let me tell you, son. You look at Scandinavian countries where egalitarianism is at its highest, which means equality, guys. The women, it's even more polarizing that the women work jobs that are even more involved with social work and everything else like that. So the long story short is this, guys. When you leave the genders to their own devices, they pick careers that they actually want, and it just tends to be that the jobs that women want pay less. Not only that, let's talk about how men work more dangerous jobs. We just talked about men work more hours on average than women. Men take less vacation than women. Men are more likely to fight for higher wages than women. Men are less agreeable in the workplace, and again, will try to negotiate for higher terms. All of these factors, when put into place, are why men earn more money than women. It is not sexism, it's choice, which is what women fought for in the first place, and there's nothing wrong with that. Women choose to be mothers a lot of the time over careers, which I think is perfectly healthy and fine. My issue is with these angry feminists that try to shame women for being mothers and deny them of their right of doing the most magnificent thing ever, which is having children. So with that said, I rant over. Let's continue playing it back. But yeah, the wage gap is not sexist, it's choice. So any angry feminists that are watching there, you're free to come on the show and debate and lose. So
For building furniture.
We've both been doing our part.
She actually put me on an allowance, which is pretty sweet.
I've never paid for a meal ever.
You want to play Call of Duty tomorrow? My schedule's wide open. We can do whatever.
Some fake male feminists like to celebrate the fact that women occupy the majority of life coaching positions, while there's still only 3% of brick masons.
Still a lot of work to be done.
I encourage any man who cares to enroll his wife in a brick mason apprenticeship. Don't let her quit her other job, though. She can do it on the weekends. I promise you she can handle it. She's stronger than you think.
I think you're going to probably have to pay that one.
You know I quit my job. Babe, I support you in both of your careers.
Some people think it's weird that I stay at home with the dogs while she's working in a steel mill because they're afraid of a working woman.
Newsflash, women are...
Okay, Rollo, I think you might have the data on this. Earning potential is a big influencer on divorces and breakups and everything else like that. Can you tell us a little bit about what happens when women are in a breadwinner position when in regards to relationships or marriages?
So statistically speaking, again, yeah, I wish you would have like thrown this at me first so I could give you some data. Like, remember I had to do my homework for the last show. Statistically speaking, if you have a woman, and women are making more money than men these days, a lot more, especially like wives,
which is why I laugh at the wage gap so much.
Money than husbands are right now. There are more women in college. There are more women in positions that are like, we would say, like human resources and at least middle management, if not upper management. And so what happens is when a couple, like if they start out as the woman is making more and the guy is making less, that guy has to in some way compensate, right? He's got to be really like rocking her world in the bed. He's got to be something that he's got to be like the boy toy kind of husband, sort of like he takes care of business in other ways. So that's like starting out from her making more and him making less, but primarily in Western societies, whatever partner is making the most money is usually the one that is setting the terms at that point. Except for, unless the guy happens to be very blue pill, unless the guy actually goes in. And most men, I think, I'm actually interested that all the women here said that, that men and women aren't equal when it comes to stuff like this. I'm maybe you're thinking like, are we equal yet, or are we not equal?
Well, they've also heard the prior conversation.
I don't know if it's about equity or if it's about or equality, but I think that so that's one situation. The other situation is where the guy was making more money and then the woman is working as well, because usually to get along, it's a 2-income family and you got to have a side hustle on top of that to actually get along these days. And so the studies show right now that if a woman is in a position of status or power and she gets a raise, right, or she gets a promotion to a higher level where she's making more money, that precipitates divorce right there, because she goes from being sort of subordinate to being in a position of authority in the corporation, and then she has to come. She's the one pulling the strings when she's at work, comes back and she's going to be subordinate to that guy. It doesn't work that way. And so that the statistics, and of course they don't want to like correlate these things,
of course,
but the fact is those are the numbers are what they are. So you can say it's causation or correlation, whatever. That's usually what happens when you've got a high-powered woman who decides that suddenly she's pushed up and gets a benefit of some sort. She's making more money than the other guy, precipitates divorce.
Yep. Okay. Let's play continue playing the video real quick. All right, we got another minute of it, so
You're going to be in the workplace. Especially this woman, because I've racked up quite a bit of debt. And don't get me started on the fact that 89% of cell phone tower climbers are men.
We offer subsidies for women in entertainment, but when it comes to climbing a cell phone tower, suddenly they're on their own.
Here's a list of grants for female filmmakers. Now here's a list of grants for female oil rig workers.
Women can and should be rig pigs, especially the butch ones. But hey, maybe that's just me, who cares? Only 24% of morticians are women, but I guess I'm the crazy one for thinking women are perfectly capable of morticianing.
And a mere 3% of plumbers. That's what happens when our children see Mario and Luigi instead of Marjorie and Louise.
My ex-girlfriend was discouraged from plumbing, and because of that, she had to rely on me to pay for meals at restaurants. I stand for that no longer. Could do brunch first.
No, let's do brunch on Tuesday. Spread it out a bit. I want the patriarchy dead, and me dead asleep, while my partner is shoveling snow in the middle of December.
My wife's texting me, says we need to talk.
Yeah, she probably wants to talk about the fact that 90% of whale snot collectors are still men.
Or 94% of porta potty cleaners.
What message does this send to our daughters?
I've never killed a bug ever. That's something that your girlfriend is perfectly capable of,
Pause it.
despite what propaganda will tell you.
I just find this hilarious because literally, like, if you were to say, because a lot of the times, you know, angry feminists will have these same arguments, and it's amazing how when you take feminist arguments and give them to men to preach the same equality that they fight for, how ridiculous they sound, which is what they're doing right now.
They're trolling hard.
Yeah, they're trolling hard, man. Let's continue. This is hilarious.
It only comes bi-weekly, so sometimes I got to get her to top it up. Are you willing to step up, or are you too entrenched in gender norms?
Total equality in every way.
All right.
Opening.
Cool.
Okay, so let's
talk,
go around
ladies?
the panel. We'll start here. What's your take on this equality and this little skit? Obviously, it's in fun.
So I think that Rollo, and you touched base on that the like last time too, that kind of changed my perspective. Men and women are equal, and yeah, did you want to know my perspective on like
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What's your take on it? You know, were you a former feminist, or do you agree, disagree? I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with equality. I think when it comes to like human rights, liberty, you know, life, freedom,
Yeah.
that type of thing. But when we're talking about equality nowadays, I'm talking about like a more modern type situation. Go ahead.
And you also said choices. Life is all about choices. So are you gonna get up and go get the bag, or are you gonna sit back and let someone else do it, like, you know, someone else pay the bills? And that goes for both ways. And you're right, if you guys both touch base on that, if the woman is making more money, that is gonna lead to divorce, because sooner or later she's gonna get tired of it, you know, look for not leeches, you feel me? That's the man is the leech. So yeah, I think it's go ahead. Or
Okay, I know. Okay, you got something. Okay, Ariana, you got something before we move. What's your take on it?
I completely agree that women are held on a different pedestal than men. I feel I used to be like a big feminist, like, oh, women can do, like, I'm the type of woman, I used to work crazy like men jobs. Like, I used to be a tire technician. I'm a fucking 90-pound girl. Like, I used to do airport jobs. I used to do crazy ass men jobs for absolutely nothing, because at the end of the day, men are on a different pedestal than women. And it's just one of those things you have to understand, because I used to be like, oh, woman this, woman that, woman rights, blah, blah, blah. But for what? Like, men are still going to have their opinion at the end of the day. The whole world is going to still have their opinion at the end of the day. Like, what is there to say? Like, we could preach women's rights all day for absolutely nothing, because men are still going to have the same perspective towards women. So it's like, for me, it's bullshit.
Okay.
Personally.
All right. I know you probably got a huge.
No,
go ahead.
sorry. I just laughed because she said that men become leeches when women make more money. And I was like, if you ever said that about a woman, it would be like, I think my feelings would be hurt if I was described as a leech. But
it's true. Like,
well, see, and that's where people who value money over the things that your romantic partner can offer you, like, as someone who's been the higher earner in most of my relationships, it's about having an agreeable nature and wanting to seek out the intuition of a man and the direction a man can provide in the world, that you accept that the world was created by men, and that they would have a different insight into the way that things operate and work, and that would be a direction in which would be safest for you. So even though I make more money, I've never looked at any of my partners as like lesser than or not adding or contributing to a relationship, because the insight that a valuable man has to a woman's life and to their community in general is irreplaceable.
I agree with you. Like, I agree with you 100%. But the video, how the two guys were saying it, she pays for everything. I just, I give her my support, this and that. Sooner or later, like that, you become a leech.
But think about if you love a man, right?
Like, what do you bring to the table?
And the thing that they're all expressing is that men's life is very hard. And anytime a man has to leave the house, it's not though. Whenever a man leaves the house, they run the risk of their life and death safety at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what makes a man valuable to you personally?
The insight that a man has into the way in which the world works, because the world was made by men. So I operate from a very feminine standpoint, a very soft standpoint, a very loving, nurturing family home standpoint. And you cannot take the home into the real world. The world is people's main goal throughout history is resource acquisition. And if you're not looking at it from a perspective of a man, and you're only going at it from a perspective of how you were raised and how you look at people in the world, you're going to get got eventually. And there's no amount of money that you can say that a man can contribute that would be more valuable than the insight of leading a family and a home in the right direction.
I 100% agree with that, but I don't think she was saying it in a way of money. I think she was saying it in a way like kind of how you said value. What a man brings, I'm like that.
And she said about when them texting like, oh, I have to pay for dinner, or I have to pay for this, I have to pay the mortgage, I have to go to work, and I have to do this. And what they're saying is women go to work to do an HR job and get paid a lot of money. Okay. Men have to go do a porta potty job, or have to go be a military person, or have to go do something that's going to run the risk of their physical safety. It's going to put a lot of hardship onto their body. It might give them some interactions with other men that aren't exactly amenable to their emotional nature like their wife or a woman would be. And so as a woman who can earn money and keep your man from having to experience a hard life, I don't understand why that is socially looked at as like they would be considered a leech if they didn't bring in money. Like, I don't know why we don't push for more just like stay-at-home dads, because men's life would be spent better working for their family if women were easier to bring in money and just be agreeable in their nature.
100%, but I feel like men, like women, stay-at-home moms get shitted on all day. All day. Women, stay-at-home moms, you bring nothing to the table. All you do is sit at home all day. And, like, people don't...
In toxic relationships.
Like, but good. A lot of percentage of men are going to say, like, a stay-at-home mom is not doing much.
I got to be honest with you guys. It's actually women that shame stay-at-home moms.
Yeah, I was going to say men love that.
It's women that shame stay-at-home moms. It's never the men.
I don't know any man who's
like,
ever shamed a stay-at-home mom.
The biggest slut shamers and the biggest people that shame women for going into motherhood, being hoes, whatever it is, it's other women.
Other women.
Because remember, guys, there's a reason this podcast is popular. It's because we're saying unpopular things that men would never dare say. So it's not the men saying it because we got a cancel culture. We got people getting fired, whatever it is. Men rarely hold women accountable for their poor decisions. It's other women that insult each other for being mothers, for being hoes, or
for having a
slut
life
shame.
that they want and that they
so
can't have.
it's not men. It's women.
I think it's dope that woman stays home with the kids. Like to me, that's her like priority. So I respect that.
Yeah. And a woman is
a
going
lot
to
of
be much.
men that I interact with say.
I was just going to say, a woman's going to be like, I know that any woman is going to be infinitely better at taking care of babies than I am.
Yep.
So that's what I want to touch base on too. So how we were saying earlier, and we've been saying, men and women are not the same. So the way a woman can nurture and cater to their children is not going to be the same way that a stay-at-home dad is going to do to the children, or make food, or well,
what if you don't have kids?
But what was I gonna say? Sorry. Go ahead. Whoever. Sorry. And you said that man, risks his life and goes out there in the real world, yada yada yada. So does a woman. If I used to work a warehouse job, work 90 hours a week. Like it's the same. it's this. It goes both ways. You know, I could go out there and
a construction job puts so much
I could do
harm
a
on a
construction
man's
job
body
too, though.
versus an
It's
HR job.
I think the point she's trying to make is that like women can work physical labor jobs, and then your point is that women
They
don't
don't.
work the physical labor jobs. You know, if a woman is given the opportunity, she's not going to work it and work these types of jobs. And we can look at Scandinavia as an example, the most egalitarian society pretty much in the modern world, and the women have 100% free choice, and they choose to get into jobs that pay less. So I will say this. Go ahead. You got something?
What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
You've been quiet.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, so you just kind of talked on like the work of like women, but I'm thinking about like dancers and stuff. They make a lot, and I think we're talking about the majority, but I've seen plenty of women construction workers outside. But I mean, the majority is men.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Super chats real quick. Will I ruin her? I just wanted.
Chris, what you laughing, nigga? What's wrong with Chris?
I just wanted to apologize to Ariana. No, you're a maid and trying to get you to stand up and spin around without shrimp in my bed.
Oh, he wants you to stand up and
He just
spin
wants you
around.
to stand up. He just wants to see.
That's what he wanted.
Not for free.
Oh shit. Okay.
She can't get on the pole. She's recovering.
Yeah, she's
I am
recovering, guys.
recovering, guys.
Mr. Win,
Lower down your
$50.
voice.
The tatted lady gets it. I'm impressed. Ladies, listen to her. Okay. Thank you for that support. I appreciate it.
We got
Anything else?
No.
Caught up. So I gotta play devil's advocate. I gotta ask a tough question here. So you said you love and respect your man and everything else like that. If he told you you can no longer be polygamous with other men, how would you take that?
Polyamorous. And
Polyamorous.
He has.
Okay, and what was your response to that? Said no?
No, I have. I've agreed to that. I have an agreeable nature with my romantic relationships.
Okay, so he told you he wanted to be monogamous with him, and then, but you're still going out and having sex with other guys, though, right?
No.
Oh, you're not. Okay, so now you're because yesterday when we spoke, you said you're. Yeah, I'm confused.
You only shoot with women.
Yes.
There you go. There's your answer.
Oh, because you said
Okay,
yesterday I'm in a non-monogamous relationship is what you said yesterday, so I was
See, and
confused.
that's invalidating women
I
as sexual
I figured it out
creatures.
straight away.
Yeah.
What was that?
I figured it out.
That's in that. See, that's the issue in bisexual relationships. Men often discount women as fully sexual validated partners.
Because a woman
romantic
can't get you
relationships.
pregnant.
Yeah,
That's why
they don't take it
We're
as
not
a threat.
I'm not afraid of my if my girl's. I'm fine with my girl like having another chick and I'm there and I'm enjoying it with her.
Yeah.
Like because she ain't getting her pregnant.
But see, and even with the partner that I'm with, he's not even comfortable yet with me being with other women. So
Okay.
In that sense, I give him space to express. The thing is, like, what you guys were saying earlier is like, if you're the only sandwich maker, then you need to make all of the sandwiches. So if you're the only person that someone's getting sex from, then you have to provide all of their sexual gratification. And being the only person that he gets his sexual outlet from, that's his choice. But like,
Can he have sex with other women?
I encourage it to. He hasn't, but I encourage it.
So you tell him he can or he should, but he doesn't do it.
Yeah, because it's in. I need that from my partner. I need to see them in being valuable to somebody else.
Pre-selection. Can't make this up.
So it's just someone who I've spent a lot of the last 5 years understanding who I am as a sexual being and what I want in a partner, and seeing other women gratified by my partner, and seeing my partner in a sense of outside of me, because I already know that I like them. And if other people like them and I can experience that through them, it's beneficial for me.
You guys heard it right there from a woman, man. Social proof is fucking
the
important.
flesh.
You guys haven't, because most women will not admit to that.
Yeah, they won't.
Thank you so much. Because when I tell women that girls want to be with dudes that other girls want to fuck and other men want to be like, they fight me on that. I don't care if he can have sex with other girls, blah, blah, blah. And you mentioned earlier with body counts, right? You asked, hey, well, does it matter if a guy has a high body count? It doesn't matter. You want to know why? Because a man that can have sex with a lot of women is inherently valuable. Because if a lot of women let you bang them as a guy, you have something that you bring to the table, whether it's clout, game, finances, some kind. You have something that as a value, status. A woman can get sex just from existing. A man must become to get sex first. So a man that can have sex with a lot of women is valuable and has the receipts to show it. So going back to what you're saying as far as like men not validating other female partners from women, I'm going to explain to you why we automatically thought in our mindset when you said I'm non-monogamous, we thought it was men.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why. Because we know deep down, men know deep down in general, that women don't have to bring much to the table to get sexual access, period. And as a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. We've interviewed hundreds of women on this podcast.
Hundreds.
A lot of them are bisexual. One of the things I love to ask bisexual women is your girlfriend held to the same standard as your boyfriend? And 9 out of 10 times, that man is held to a way higher standard than the female. He's got to provide, he's got to protect, he's got to be confident, he's still got to be attractive to some degree, whereas the woman can be a rambling bimbo, but hot, and not have any type of money to her name, whatever. Now, you might be an exception to the rule. You might want a woman on your level, especially since you're a successful entrepreneur. But most women we've interviewed that are bisexual have a far lower threshold for other women than they do for men. So that is why when you said I'm non-monogamous, we automatically assumed it was men, because we don't even consider women a real contender for sexual access to a woman. Cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. And when you asked me the question the other day of are my standards the same, explaining to you that I have a different need from women than from men, like I have a very real control and need for authority in the women's life that I date, because I want a lot of responsibility in that. And with men, I don't want authority. It's very uncomfortable for me in that sense to tell a man what to do, because like I said, I understand that the world was built by men, the modern world that we live in. So it's like, if I look at it coming from a female perspective, it's like I'm taking a boat or an airplane into the ocean. It's like, that's not the right type of transportation.
And here's the thing,
I
want women, I want women all around, because like I said, we hold both genders accountable on this podcast. I want all women to not be shamed for wanting male leadership. We tell guys on this podcast all the time, if you want to deal with a woman, you want to be involved in a relationship, you want to be involved in marriage. Basically, the more invasive the relationship, the more you have to be a leader.
Have to be.
And the reason why is because I argue, and Rollo, maybe you could back this up with some stats. I argue that women aren't designed to lead, and quite frankly, they're not built to lead. They're not equipped to lead. And I would go even a step further and say a woman's attraction hardwiring is actually designed to detect men that are inept in leading and be disgusted by it and therefore leave that man. That's why since the beginning of time, women have been okay with sharing a man. You know, you look at, back in the days with like kings, pharaohs, whatever it is, they would have concubines of women, and the women were okay and content with being with that man, because why? He had a sense of direction, versus being with a man that has no sense of direction. She's repulsed by it, right? Rollo always famously says a woman
would rather a woman would rather share a hot, successful alpha than be saddled with a faithful beta.
So I would say, going back to what I was saying, based off that quote, women are literally designed. Oh, this guy can't lead. Oh, he can't make a decision. Oh, he can't pay the bills. We don't say you make money. Exactly. It's a competence thing, right? That's why confidence is so important to women. I always say for men, your competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence. And then that confidence is what makes you attractive, right? Men have to build that foundation of success first. So everything is built upon that. So when you don't have confidence as a man, it says a lot about your ability to be decisive, a leader, etc. And these are all like, just like a guy wants a nice ass on a girl and tits, your confidence in your leadership is kind of like the equivalent for that on the female side almost, along with your looks and a bunch of other things. But it's very important. That's why a woman can look past the guy's looks. Okay, he's confident. That's attractive. That's sexy. You can make a decision. So, but if a guy isn't, women are literally repulsed by it. And we tell guys, you don't make more money to flex on your girl. You make more money so that you can wear the pants in the fucking relationship and dictate how things go. It's not about the money. It's about whoever makes the money typically can control the frame better. Now, can you make less money than your wife and still control the frame? Absolutely. But I understand that's tough to do for most guys. They don't have the game to do that. So for an average guy that isn't super game aware, hasn't read Rollo's book back to front 20 times, like maybe I have, you need to make more money than your girl, because it's naturally going to put you in that leadership position. And then from there, all you got to do is just be masculine and be a leader. That's it.
Like the thing that the money does is it allows you to bring her into your world.
Yes.
Which is that's kind of the real reason why guys build finances, is so they can create a world that you want to come into.
Yeah.
Because if I go into your world, like you lose respect for me.
Yeah.
You might not realize it, but subtly in your head, you're going to lose respect. If we're hanging out with like your friends and your social circle
At
and
my
your
house.
family and your house and driving in your car, I'm in your world. I'm not leading. I'm not like, where is this going? It's going nowhere, right? I've got to bring you into my space and my world, my friends, my social circle, add value to that.
I want to
let's
ask the
do it that
ladies
way.
real quick, go around the table. Have you ever financially supported a man that you dated?
Hell no. Yeah.
You have? Have you?
I've helped, but I mean, I'm not saying I financially supported them all the
Okay.
way, but
So you helped them financially.
Who paid for your BBL?
huh? Ethereum.
There we go.
Have you
a
financially
strong
supported
man.
a man as the breadwinner before?
Yes.
You have? Okay. And you said hell no? Perfect response. Okay. Did you break up with that guy that you were financially supporting? You left him? Nothing
It
wrong
was
if you say yeah.
So like man, this is long ago, okay, when I was in college, but he brought
Yes or no?
He brought you dick only, right?
Yeah.
Only dick.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
can see that.
you
But like
broke up
I
with
would
him
pick
then.
him up. We weren't in like in a serious relationship, but like it was.
Friends with
broke up
benefits.
with
But
who?
we were only fucking each other.
Okay, who
I
broke
kind
up with
of
who?
let him go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm saying women are literally designed to be
They can
repulsed
only
by
do it for
guys that
so
can't.
long,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Like,
Speaking of
I'll-
ETH,
you
I'll
feel
hold
that.
them down.
And you
but,
feel it like.
hey, ETH for the win, LMAO. Hey guys, real quick, stop the show.
Wait, what time is it?
Yo, it closed at midnight Pacific Standard Time.
Oh.
So an hour, you guys got another hour and a half to get the crypto
course.
course, man. Get it now while you guys still can so that you can pay for BBLs.
Look,
Not for you.
Share
Bro,
it.
her
No, don't do
BBL
that,
with,
don't
with
do that.
Ethereum, guys. Imagine what you could buy with Ethereum.
Yeah,
I mean, not
yeah.
BBL, but
Don't buy a girl a BBL.
Yeah.
Don't be a simp. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But yeah, but I guess you can buy for all the ladies out there that watch us. You can buy a BBL with Ethereum. It goes up in value.
Buy now. It's low.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
crypto's on sale right now.
And,
it just crashed.
yeah.
So buy now.
Yep, buy now, guys. Yeah, her ass is looks great right now. If it wasn't in such pain, I'd tell her she'd stand up for you guys, but that's a whole other thing.
It's in the vlog.
Yeah.
Coming tomorrow.
I lost the content.
Speaking of which, okay, so you supported that. Well, I guess you helped him and paid his bills.
Well, hell no, I didn't stay with him.
Okay.
And this is not the first man that I've helped. Like, I would consider myself a ride or die. Like, I help in any way I can. That shit gets exhausting after a while.
Yeah.
Exhausting. So I'd rather be with a man. And it's not to say, like, you know, because people would interpret this as a gold digger or this and that. But it gets exhausting as a woman to, you know, keep helping a man and, you know, financially, you know, supporting him, and he does absolutely nothing with it.
Listen,
Yeah,
don't. I
yeah.
hate when women say that. Don't be ashamed of the fact that you want a
Yeah,
man that makes
it's
more money
fine.
than you. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's actually, as a matter of fact, you're designed to want to be with a leader. That's the thing. The problem is that a lot of guys think that women that think they're round pegs putting it in a square hole. Like, no, she could financially be equal to me. She could support me.
Yeah.
She could hold me down for a little bit. I can take off from work. No, guys, that's not the way the fucking world works. The world works with a man as the head of the household, the leader. Typically, you should be the breadwinner. You should. And if you and your woman are making the same, it is what it is. But you should always be aspiring to work more hours, be ambitious, make more money than her. Because men, we're the ones that produce, man. Women aren't. You guys are hearing it from women right now on the podcast. When they're put in a leadership position, they're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly. I like to be led. Like,
Yeah.
teach me your ways. Give me value. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like the hell that I have to bring. Like I said, I was a fucking tire technician supporting a whole man
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
at 19 years
You're
old.
getting
What
your hands
the fuck
dirty?
I look
See,
like?
See,
Oh,
I,
man.
I
That's
can
a
tell.
whole
I can tell she was dating low-level guys.
Man,
But at the same time, like, okay, get this, right? Guys say all the time, oh, I don't need money to get girls. I can just use game, right? Here's the problem, though. You can't retain her for a long period of time.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause what's
yeah.
going to happen is she's
Yeah.
going to start to repulse you because guess what? Now she's taking care of the bills. She's paying all the stuff. And deep down, she's like, yo, I like this guy, but he's not ambitious. He's not like, you know, making choices. And to her, that's like a turnoff. So I would just say if you're a guy out there, level up your game, money, and fitness, because that's going to help
You got to
in
have
the long
all
run.
three, guys. We tell you on
Yeah.
this podcast, make money, okay? Get
Yeah.
in shape and learn female nature, understand game, and know how to be attractive.
Or if you want to get the best of it, get some clout. Because at that point,
Yeah,
you know
you
what I'm
got
saying?
clout too. That's
Clout
that's
is
the
also
easiest.
a cheat
Yeah, 'cause
code.
if you have
All right.
clout, you can have a ridiculous stutter and still
Yeah.
get laid.
Oh, shit! Shots fired.
I will say this though, Sterling sucks. Nah, just kidding. No.
He even stuttered with his rebuttal.
You want to have
Jesus
the
Christ.
abundance mindset though, because that's very important for guys to have.
Yeah. So guys, you got to get all three, man. And the way, listen, women make more money than men in a lot of major cities, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like The days of making $50,000 a year and having a good insurance policy and driving a fucking Kia Sophia and getting a wife, those days are done, bro.
Gone.
Yeah.
Most women don't want average men. I'm gonna say that again so you guys know what the fuck I'm saying, man.
Yep.
Listen to him.
Average women no longer want average men. Average women want above average men. If you ask a girl, if you pull any girl out the street, what kind of guy do you want? She's going to tell you, I want him at least 6 feet tall. I want him to be in shape. I want him to be confident. I want to make at least 6 figures, especially if it's in a major city.
Yep.
This guy's what I just described is an above average man. Again, we tell you guys on this podcast, I'm going to clear this out for everyone. Say, Myron, did they teach you how to be Sims? No, we teach you guys to make money and become successful, not so that you get girls, but so that you don't tolerate the bullshit that inevitably comes with dealing with the girls. Because when you deal with women, they're flaky, they're emotional, they drain on your resources, they drain on your head. I'm losing my hair dealing with women every single day. But I don't care because I'm working on myself. So when you work on yourself, that's how you get the happiness, guys. You don't get your happiness from the women. You get your happiness from working on yourself. And then a byproduct of that is girls are going to be attracted to you because you don't need women.
And you can avoid one-itis. Like you talk about in your book.
Exactly.
Now you want me to fuck up your whole program right now? Sure. Okay, because I'm about to fuck up your whole program.
Oh shit.
All right. So we used to have this joke back in the day, back in let's say late 80s, early 90s. You know what they call a musician without a girlfriend?
What?
Homeless.
Oh shit.
Because there was a time, and used to say the same thing about snowboarders when I was living in Lake Tahoe too. Because what would happen, and there was a demographic of guys who were like the hot guys, right? And whether it was the guys who were like the lifties or whatever, or guys who were the musicians of a certain era, let's just say, and women wanted to get with those guys. They tended not to have a lot of money, but they always tended to have a lot of girls who were supporting them, who were buying them stuff, and I was one of them. Did you ever see the movie The Dirt with Motley Crue on Netflix? Remember the girl who used to buy Vince Neil his leather pants and stuff like that? That's the perfect illustration of this. Okay, so there are always going to be, like, if the guy is high value. Now remember, high value is not necessarily like, it doesn't necessarily have to be finances, right? The guy can be just, that's what she wants to get with. Remember, alpha fucks, beta bucks. If the guy is high enough value on the alpha fucks side of things, a woman's going to put up with a lot of shit.
Facts.
Okay. So if the guy's homeless, destitute, he's a starving musician, he's a tortured artist, he's a lifty or a snowboarder or something like as long as he's a good looking guy, and that's the sort of archetype or the character that she wants to, like, I want to experience sex with this guy, she'll move him into the house. She'll feed him mac and cheese and keep him right there, because he is basically her kind of fuck toy for a while, because that's and those guys are happy to sit there and take that, because all they have to do is look good and fuck her hard.
Yep.
And after a while, she's gonna say, what am I doing though? And he's not a good long-term prospect usually, because there's other girls that want to fuck him and do the same thing, pay for his way. Until such a time as they get tired of him or he ends up cheating on them, and then they just kick him out and they move on to the next one. But the dynamic is that it depends on what the balance is between alpha seed and beta need. So if you got a guy who's like really like way out of that girl's league, if that guy is homeless and destitute, she can take care. Oh, I want to take care of him. He's misunderstood. He understands me emotionally. And
I can change him.
And I can change him, and I can tame him. And he'll, if I could just he'll eventually appreciate me. And she might be a little overweight or whatever. Not the kind of girl that he would like initially get with, but you got to have a place to sleep, right? I got to have a warm bed, and I got to have food, and I got to keep the lights on, kind of thing. And if that's not what that guy's about, all he has to do is be hot, and all he has to do is be sexy in that sense. I'm not saying just do that, right? I mean, you need to be the whole package. Obviously, you need to be on game. You need to be on point. And
I would argue
else.
in this sexual marketplace, it's very tough for a man to do that. Right. Now that we live in a globalized, we just showed how the marketplace is. And for the ladies, when we say sexual marketplace, that means a dating scene. Yeah. So, because they're probably like, what the fuck are these niggas talking about? Yeah, it means a dating scene. Earlier in the show, we talked about flights. Clearly, that's a byproduct of the globalized sexual marketplace.
Right.
So social media, everything.
Yeah, social media, everything like that. So I would say, yes, it's possible if you're a very attractive guy as an anomaly that you can get a girl to pay your bills and everything else like that. But I would say in today's day and age, with the abundance that women have,
It's
Well,
gonna
and
be tough.
socially, like
It's
what
gonna be
Rob was
tough.
saying, women feel that we feel like you're the fat one paying for someone, and like
Mm-hmm.
if you were worthy, he would step up and be the man he's supposed to be
Mhm.
for you. Like I know a lot of my
He's
friends.
not a
who-
good long-term prospect. He's a very fun short-term prospect, but he's not good in the attraction.
And I think that's
side.
why she's saying like I just get tired of it eventually. Like I just cannot
Well, each
continue
one
to
of you
provide.
kicked him out, right? So
Yeah, I feel like
Because-
not even I feel like I know once a woman is
Certain
paying
sources.
bills and in an authority position, the time clock starts
Mm-hmm.
where she's gonna where she's that how do I say this? That patience is gonna start to wear thinner and thinner very quickly. Whereas like for men, if you're putting a breadwinner in a leadership position, it's like, okay, I'm naturally supposed to be here. I
Well,
can
you're
do this.
prideful because now you own your family. Now you're doing the thing that society told you makes you a man.
Exactly.
You're owning.
That's which is why men are
people's
far
lives.
more tolerant of being in a leadership and breadwinner position than women are. Women aren't tolerant of it. So like Rollo's 100% right. Like if you're an exceptionally good looking guy, will you get a girl to possibly take care of you? Yeah, it could happen.
And
But
it's usually guys who
for
are
a bit.
younger.
Yeah.
It's usually guys who are in their early 20s.
and it's like an ugly chick too that doesn't have options.
Yeah, it's the girl. It's a girl who's a
And the
little
relationship's
pudgy and
weird.
couldn't naturally get with that guy.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, okay, it's 2 a.m. I'll hit it, you know. And then she says, oh, stay here or sleep here or
Yeah.
you know, move in.
You got to be a Chad though for
anyone-
that, like a super Chad.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to have good game. You have to understand your own value. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing that's most threatening to women is a man who understands his own value to
Oh,
women.
Bang.
we got Molly Creams in the super chat. Shout out to her. She was here yesterday.
Hi, Molly.
Hey.
Hi, Molly.
Hey, what's up, Molly? Was that really her YouTube channel? Or
Probably.
is
I don't
someone,
know.
someone just okay. Shout out to Molly Creams. Dr. Easy, $50. Yo, F&F, the goats from Miami to Sydney and everything in between, spreading the message one podcast at a time.
Thank you,
Keep up
brother.
the good work, Vatos. Thank you so much,
We
Jordan.
got Jordan.
And then tuning in late, but had to say Ari is one of the finest girls you've had on the show. Thanks for that Money Monday
Oh,
Monday
dang.
podcast.
All right, what's your Instagram?
Already the only 3 Ys.
Make sure to send a dick pic there.
Please no. Respectfully.
Okay, so okay, cool. And guys, crypto course closes in an hour and 20 minutes. Get it, man. Click the link below. Get in there. I was just talking with Charlie. They're gonna close it at Pacific Standard Time, guys. So 12 o'clock California time, aka hippie time.
And yo, special announcement.
Oh,
So we're definitely confirmed for No Jumper.
Oh, shit.
21st
All right.
of June. We'll be out in California for like a week. So guys, if you want to hit us up. Oh shit! Real quick.
Yeah.
We are 20 subs away from hitting 3,000 subs on Twitch. So guys, we need 20 more subs on Twitch to make 3,000.
Please hook it up.
Hook it up real quick.
Please hook it up. Then we'll hit 3,000 subs, and you guys will single-handedly help us beat these e-thoughts.
And Dark Knight donated a bunch of subs too. Thank you, Dark Knight. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, Dark Knight, guys. Thank you so much for those for the support on Twitch, man. We're new on Twitch. We
Yeah, we're
haven't
new.
even been there a month, but people are loving it, man. They love the content.
And it's funny. Rice Gum started watching our show.
Oh,
the
yeah.
other day.
Yeah, he
So-
did.
Oh,
Hey, we just hit
Duff
3,000,
Easy.
I think. Or
no.
Did
Duff
we?
Easy donated
Nope.
10 subs. So we need like what? How many more, Trey?
10 more. Trey's licking his lips, guys. Give him a second. He's always got to lick his lips before he talks
We
into
got
the
a
mic.
hype train going, and Pablo
train?
just donated 5.
Oh,
Hey.
I'm Trey going. Shout out to y'all on Twitch, man.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it so much. Okay, you know what? We'll turn it to the ladies. Let them ask us a question, and then we'll
close up.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, questions for the guys.
We'll start with you. No, I'm not an attorney, so if the FBI shows
Okay,
up,
you know what? We'll come out there, guys. You got you off guard.
She's like, oh shit!
I'm like, a question off the top.
Yeah, based on any. Listen, you have a porn star, you have a best-selling author,
You got
and then you got 2 niggas.
Yeah,
So
2
I
niggas.
mean, what
Yeah.
do you,
Whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know what? We'll start here. ahead.
Wait for Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
What got you into
Speak into the mic.
what got you into being a porn star, and how do you like? I don't know. How do you like it?
I
How
like
is
this
it?
question.
Interesting.
How do I like it?
It's my big
Right,
dick,
like
and
how
I
is
wanna-
it, and how was it? How was it like how your life was before being a porn star? Like how was the transition?
So I sort of had a multi-step.
I think she wants your origin story, Sterling. Let's go down memory lane.
Let's do the origin story.
Let's go.
All right. It sort of starts with the swinging scene. I was fucking around with like Plenty of Fish back in the day. Do you remember
Oh
that thing?
shit!
You remember
The
that?
hell,
Like,
bro?
way back in the like when I was in my 20s.
Plenty
And
of
Or in your
fatties.
case, plenty of kangaroos.
Ew.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what we called it. Yes, that's the URL. No, dickhead. Anyway,
man.
before I was rudely
Interrupted.
stereotyped over here, as I'm always.
Down under.
I feel
Go
like I'm
ahead.
never welcome in the studio. I'm always getting like kangaroo jokes thrown at me.
Listen,
He's
man.
stuttering all the time.
Down under.
Anyway, my friend introduced me to this website called Red Hot Pie back in Australia, which is like kind of like Plenty of Fish, but it's just for swinging. And I was like, fuck it, I'll give this a try. Yeah.
Oh,
and so I got into that as a single dude, which is very, very hard to do. And I was charming enough that I got invited to like parties, ended up being on like connecting with a few single girls in the scene, which we call unicorns. They invited me to more parties, got to network there. In that, I met girls who worked as escorts, and they said to me, you'd be pretty good at being an escort. You should give it a try. So I started escorting for a few years. And then in Australia, the scene is very, very small. So all the escorts do porn. And I met some porn stars. And they were like, you should try porn. You'd be pretty good at that. So I did porn. And then here I am.
Bam.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. You guys, did you finish your story?
Yeah. I think what was the rest of the question? The rest of the question was like,
no, I think that was her question, right? How
like
did you start doing porn?
How'd I got into it?
And how is it now?
Yeah, it's fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's a fun job, but it's a job like anything else.
Would
like,
you ever go
still
back
work.
to being a regular civilian?
Well, I mean, like when I'm not on set, I'm a regular civilian.
Wait,
So
where's
yeah,
it gonna work?
Like, I'm not gonna work at a Starbucks if that's what you're asking. Like I've made my own money for like 10 odd years now. There's no way I'm going back to working for somebody else.
So let's say someone's young and they want to get into the scene. How should they?
Like porn?
Yeah.
In this country, it's easy. Than anywhere else in the world. Here's the easiest place California or Miami is the easiest place to do it. You just got to find an agent. They're very easy to find. You can find them on Twitter, find them on Google. The hard part is keeping your dick hard. I'm not gonna lie. If you can do that, then you can do the job. But not many guys can do that.
Does your dick stay hard?
Yes, that's why I get work.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on.
You should find out.
Google it.
I just had to say something. Just so you guys.
Who is this?
I'm scared.
What is going on? I just had to say that I have some knowledge that Stirling kisses dudes. That's all I wanted to say. Stirling kisses dudes.
Yo, what's going on right now?
Why did you have to get into character? To
I
say
don't
that?
Don't bomb us. Don't bomb us.
Hey, you're gonna get us kicked off the stream,
sorry.
Yes. The fucking okay. We'll continue on. What's the next question?
So my question goes for women and men, and mine is gonna be: what is the biggest, like, let's say you're on a first date with somebody, what is the biggest turnoff for woman to men, and then for woman to male?
Cool. We'll start.
Rollo?
Yeah.
Rollo?
You don't roll.
Well, let's see. Haven't been on a date in a while. Well, that kind of date in a while. I mean, I think that back in the day it was so much easier because it was like I had a formula, right? I mean, it was just I learned how to get laid, like just by going into a certain domain and being in a certain way, right? So, but I guess like, as far as like whether I knew I was going to get with that girl or I wasn't going to get with that girl was sort of based on like, first of all, like how eager she was at that point, and then what kind of like if there was any kind of challenge to get with that girl at that
What do you mean by eager?
Well, I mean over eager, like yeah, have you ever seen like the meme of the crazy girlfriend where she's like, I'm you're so great, I watch you while you're sleeping, that kind of like that psycho, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
With the white girl, but big eyes.
See, and this is hard won knowledge, by the way, because before I met my wife, I was in about a 3 or 4 year relationship with a woman who was BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. So like seeing those signs was a huge turnoff at that point. And then I was also going to say is that I think most guys don't adopt the idea of dating non-exclusively. They need to, like, most guys are serial monogamists because they have to be. They go from one girlfriend, oh, she broke up with me, and they move on to the next. Remember I was telling you about the OnlyFans story of like the guy who virtually spends $4,000 and stuff.
Yeah.
Now think of the guy who's actually just doing that, like for real. He finds a girlfriend that doesn't work out. He moves on to the next, and it's kind of like the soft harem I was telling you about before. I think that to date like an adult, you have to actually spin plates, and that's what I say in my first book. It's dating non-exclusively.
Okay.
And finding and you can do so without like overtly saying it. Like you got to be the guy that like women will go, yeah, he's probably got other girlfriends, but I don't care because I want to get in there too, because that keeps the urgency up. It keeps that competition anxiety going at the same time.
I saw that look. I see how they're looking at each other. I see that.
Well, it's because there are certain behaviors or certain attitudes, a certain atmosphere about a guy who's a high value guy that women go, and even if it's just subconsciously, they pick up on those cues, because women are much better at communication than guys are, right? They can pick up on subcommunications, vocal intonations, just like the shoes you're wearing, just facial, like you will get more out of, like, if a girl gives you a dirty look, you'll pick that up way before anybody else will, because you're sensitive to those things. And so, like, understanding what the behavioral cues are of a guy who's a high value guy, I think most women intrinsically kind of know what to expect. Like, only a guy who's getting a lot of ass would act like that. And sometimes we think of it in terms of, like, well, the guy's arrogant, the guy's cocky, the guy's a prick. The reason why a guy being cocky and funny and everything, the reason why that works as a form of game for guys is because those are behavioral sets that women pick up on as being a high value guy. Whether he is or he isn't is kind of irrelevant, because it's just the perception of it that you're displaying. So that's neither here nor there. But like, a turn off to me anyways would be like picking up on cues that I would know as, this person's pathological. This person had, like, there's certain red flags. When women are trying to sell themselves as something that they really aren't. Like, she's a single mother and yet she still tries to be, like, freewheeling and everything else. When you have responsibilities waiting for you at home, you're just playing that role right here. And so that would be kind of a turnoff too, I think.
Cool. Okay. All right, Sterling.
In like a date context, it's basically just someone who doesn't respect my time. Really simple. Like, do you rock up when I tell you to rock up? Like, are you on time for the date? Are you on your phone at all? If you pick that fucking phone up while I'm on a date with you, I'm taking that phone and throwing it away. Like, you need to fucking pay attention to me, because I'm like, that's the reason you're there. It's a basic respect. Simple.
Cool.
All right,
remember those behavioral cues that I was just telling you? Those are behavioral cues.
Myron.
Okay, so according to the book of misogyny,
the Quran.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna read it from here. If she shows up on a date showing anything other than her eyes, turn off. It's somewhere. It's verse 7, Surah 5, and then also I need complete submission at all times, and then finally, no woman's rights, no feminism. Those are the things that I want. Yes.
If not, consequences with stones.
Hey, and for all the guys out there, I'm Sudanese and I'm Arab, so this ain't no hate. We got to be funny, all right? Got to create the entertainment value.
He's a fake Arab.
Yeah, I call it in Arabic. It's kutub al misogyny. There you go. Bam. Okay. No, but all jokes aside, I would say, a turnoff for a woman is just not following leadership. That's a big turnoff. She doesn't listen to what I say. And then a turn on is compliance. Simple.
Yeah. For me, if she's acting like masculine and very like wants to be the leader too much, I'm like, yo, like, let me lead, let me do my thing. Because I feel like someone is, hey, let's go here on a date. Let's go here on a date. And it's like, yo, if I'm taking you out, I'm taking you to a spot I know because I got you. Like, so I'll just say if she's too masculine, that's a turn off for me. Too masculine.
Okay, for my woman.
We can start here.
All right, my question. If you had the choice.
Oh no.
What's
so
your
shit
turn
question.
off about?
Like, what turns you off on a date with a guy?
Oh shit, my bad. What turns me off? Bad breath.
He's not a convicted felon. This is a turnoff. Wait, you can legally carry a gun? Vagina dry. Fuck this.
Bad breath. That's it.
Okay.
For me, I think a turnoff is honestly like someone who looks out of place socially. Like, I think I get the question gets posed a lot, like, what do you find most attractive in a partner? What's the thing that you notice first on a date? And the thing that I always notice first before anything is if something is out of place.
Okay.
So I don't notice your teeth, your shoes, your outfit, your face, anything. I notice if your mannerisms or if your
Congruency. Thank you. Learn the fucking lesson.
Yeah.
Congruency.
Go ahead. Continue on.
So yeah, just like the biggest turnoff for me is when somebody seems out of place. Like, it doesn't.
They're not who they purport themselves to be.
Yeah, like either the social situation seems
awkward.
out of place, they seem out of place.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like, that's the first thing that, or if something seems off, like if they have
comes off as a chat on social media and or online dating, and then you meet him up, how you doing? And you're just like, like you're like, let me get the fuck out of here, right?
Or just like, if you're in a bar or something, the first thing that you notice is the person doing something that's out of ordinary, that you have to have your guard up. And I think like as a woman, if I notice that as the first thing, I'm inherently turned off because I don't want my guard up ever.
Fair enough.
Cool.
What about you?
Mine is cockiness.
You hate cockiness?
I hate a bragger. Like I really do, because I feel like
shirts and storage.
What'd you say?
I feel like
we're shamelessly plugging
shop
shirts.
the merch, man. Just support, please. But I just feel like if we go on a date, like I genuinely want to hear about like you. Like I go in with pure intentions. Like I genuinely want to hear about you and stuff like that. Like I don't want to hear, I've done this, I made this, I'm do this, blah blah blah. Like I don't care. Like I really don't. I mean, it does matter to a certain extent, but if that's all you talk about, you've made that your image. Like you have no personality outside of what you do. So personally, me, like that's like you're not talking about shit.
It's less about the resume and more about like what got him to that point.
Exactly. I want to hear about how did you get to this point A, point B, point C. I don't want to hear, yeah, I made this much, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care. Like, at that point, you're just bragging. You're just not. And I like humble people, like people who brag and stuff like that. They already feel like they have so much entitlement. And that's a red flag for me, is entitlement. Like, you already feel like you have so much entitlement within yourself. I think you already have that entitlement with me. Like if we continue this date and we continue dating or whatever, you already have some type of entitlement with me.
And I see a bunch of caps in the chat saying that she's lying about that. Guys, I do want to say this real fast because I want to articulate this so the men can understand. What she means by that is women don't care that you made $10,000 today.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit how the money was made or that you make money. What women care about is the experiences that come from money.
Lifestyle.
I want to make that very clear because men and women look at money very differently. Men tend to look at it from like a meritocracy base. What do you do for a career? Okay, I can assume you make this much money. Men are going to be more interested in how you earn that money. Women, however, don't give a fuck. It comes off as very try-hardish. It comes off as very tacky. So instead of telling your girl, I made 10 bands today trading on the stock market and I sold on my Dogecoin, ha ha ha. Like, if she's your girl and she knows you well, that's one thing. But if it's like a first date or she doesn't know you like that, it's going to be extremely unattractive. Instead, if you told her, hey, pack your bags, we're going to Tulum, that will make her more excited. And you don't she can already assume that you make money versus like saying, oh, I'm going to tell you I made this money. So that's the difference between how men and women look at money and women look at money. Women look at money as a means to an end. They don't give a fuck about the actual money, guys. They care about the shoes, the bags, the experiences that come from the money.
Yeah, a lot of guys,
The
they'll go on
BBLs.
the
BBLs.
Yeah. They'll go on
Ethereum.
It's like if the guy tells you that
but like a lot of guys, they'll go on a first date and like they'll brag about their
Yeah,
success
dude,
and all
don't do that, guys.
It's kind of like, look, let her discover it on her own. Don't
Yeah.
tell her it. She's gonna see it regardless. So let her find out on her own and talk about like different
Like
shit.
learn
bro.
to like if say you did something real, like you bought something really cool. What's cooler to hear? Like I bought a Lambo, or like here's the adventure I went on to get to the point where I could even afford a Lambo.
And
Like,
exactly. So it's like, why do I want to hear about, yeah, I'm successful. I just got here.
there's no mystery
That's
there.
not fucking interesting. Like, I want to hear how you were broke as shit. I want to hear how you struggled. I want to hear how this, you were almost there and then you lost it all and then you rebuilt it up. Trust the process, like 100%. Like, I don't want to hear how, yeah, I came successful. Like, you're boring as fuck. Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Fair enough.
Demonstrate, do not explicate.
Bang, bang.
Did you go?
Guys are confirming a bunch
no,
of truths
I
for you.
haven't So I think a turn on would be leadership. I talk a lot. So
Oh, really?
No. Not that
We can tell.
Not that I like talk a lot, but I want the conversation to be mutual. So this is what you just a conversation, just how she said, I don't want to know just about you. I want you to also lead the conversation and ask, what we can learn from each other.
You want a guy who's
That makes
actually curious about finding out about you.
Yeah. And also humor is huge for me. Humor. If we don't have the same humor, or if I, say a joke, or
It offends you.
Not that it doesn't offend me, but it's like, humor just in general. Humor.
Okay.
And-
Do you have your question now? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So if you had the choice to either be single for the rest of your life, or you have to marry your first boyfriend / girlfriend.
Okay.
Wait. You single for your life, or you marry your first boyfriend/girlfriend, first one ever?
The first one you've ever had.
Yeah. So you either stuck married or you single for your whole life. Which you pick?
Wait. As in, like, the actual first girlfriend we personally had in our life already?
You are first considered like that was my first
Oh,
girlfriend.
I'm single forever then. Fuck that bitch.
All right.
You?
I'd be single for life, yeah. Because as a guy, you want to smash as many girls as you can. So yeah.
Okay.
Was this everybody? Male or
Yeah, this is everyone.
Okay.
What was the question?
All right. You want to stay single? Your choice is to stay single for your whole life, or you marry your first boyfriend/girlfriend ever.
I'll stay single.
I'm single.
Rollo?
Oh, I would definitely stay single. My first girlfriend was a nightmare.
I felt that.
Oh?
I would get married.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit, she had a good guy.
You've had a good one, yeah.
Alpha widow.
Not just that. I don't want to get to the end of my life and be alone. And I think that as a woman, you have to accept at some point that your life is just going to have trying periods in it. And if you want to do anything of substance and value, it takes a lot of dedication and commitment to a thing with unwavering like discourse. So I wouldn't want to be single forever.
Oh, wow. There you go. Cool. And
All right.
For me, definitely single.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
Thanks.
God.
Okay, who had the next question?
I think that was it.
That was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't ask.
She didn't ask one.
Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I guess it's more for like the channel. Because I come into life with a wholehearted belief that people are not themselves until you have relationships, no matter what type, whether it's like romantic or like you can't know that you're patient if you don't have other people. You can't know that you're giving if there's nobody else to give to.
Okay.
So if you can't really learn who you are without relationships, at what line would you caution your channel, like men, to have commitments with women and to like interact with women or to create relationships so they can learn themselves, but not to like get used?
So we say to vet at least 1 year the girl you're dating before you ever commit to her. And
Like commit as what?
In terms of like you basically you're putting a title on it for the most part, but like let's say you're with a chick, you meet her, you go on a first date, whatever, you like her, you're gonna see her for at least a year, see who she is as a person, because people are gonna tell you who they are, right? So you want to vet them out for at least a year, see who they are, and then say, hey, you know what? Let her tell you that she wants a relationship. You don't ask for it. So you want her to bring it up, like, hey, what are we? Stuff like that, because you don't want to force. First off, you don't want to force the situation, and secondly, you want to see who she is for who her character throughout that period of time. So you want to vet her first, at least. Yeah.
It's like, because unless you're having the interactions that you want to have with that person, like unless you're being who you are, then how do you tell their true nature of accepting like your authority in their life? Or like, how would you really understand how that person was with you if you weren't like, we talk about in jiu-jitsu a lot that people can't really train Krav Maga because you can't really shoot a gun, you can't really stab someone, so you can't really train to defend
Tate said that too. Ted makes fun of Krav Maga all the time. Shout out to Andrew.
well, like in jiu-jitsu you can really train choking someone, like you will put your training partner out if they do not tap, and you can really break somebody's arm if they don't tap. But in Krav Maga, unless you're actually pulling the trigger, you can never train that. So how do you train or really find out somebody's true nature unless you're actually putting into place your true self? Because I honestly believe that like the world won't look the way that you want it to unless you're the influencer of that world. So then how do you not get used by people but have real interaction so that you can live like the most fulfilling life where you're getting actual substance out of it, not wasting a year and then finding out, oh dang, like she is not agreeable at all. Like,
so we have a list of requirements that you need to have before you even get into like a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how you vet with those steps.
Yeah, I mean, I'll answer this nice and succinctly. The whole purpose is you become so that she has to fit into your program.
Yep.
The beauty about being a man is that yes, there is a wall, But like the difference between women hit the wall later on in life, right? You get old, you're not as attractive, you don't get as many options. Men have the wall up front, and it's their job to climb over that wall. So for men, the thing is that you must become first. Once you become, as they always say, if you build it, they will come. Literally come with an O-M-E and a U-M if you do it right.
Yeah.
Like you have to build your value first. When you build your value first, what's going to happen is competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence. And once you have confidence, you're able to do something which is called reinforcing boundaries, which a lot of guys are scared to do. Holding women accountable, letting them know this is acceptable, this is not. And when you're a higher status man and you get yourself to a certain point, there are things that you will tolerate and things that you just simply will not tolerate that a lower status man will not. And one of the things is that that's magically going to make you far more attractive to a larger pool of women because you don't tolerate bullshit from women. That is a leadership quality, to not tolerate disrespect or any type of other bullshit from subordinates, because whether women want to admit it or not, they want a man that they can look to and defer to their authority. But that authority comes with being able to enact on boundaries. So you become first, the girl's got to fit into your program. Once she fits into your program, then it's going to work its way out because she's going to do everything to keep you. I think the biggest mistake men make, especially in modern day societies, they're told continuously, you need to fight for the girl. You need to put her on a pedestal. You need to chase the girl, all this other bullshit. No. That's not the way things work. For the woman to be happy, she needs to be in a perpetual state of chasing you, because women get bored quickly. I always use the analogy, if you take a ball of yarn, shout out to Mystery, talked about this. You take a ball of yarn and you throw it at a cat. If you continue to dangle that yarn, the cat will continue to try to chase the yarn and play with it. But once you leave the ball of yarn stagnant, the cat will eventually play with it and then walk away. That's how women operate. They need constant emotional stimulation. They need constant knowledge and reaffirmation, which you inadvertently said earlier, that man is wanted by other women. And you show this by being successful, by being charismatic, by staying attractive, going to the gym, keeping your money up. All these things are going to keep you sexy. It's hilarious because the things that make a man sexy have nothing to do with qualifying to women. It's actually to qualifying to yourself. When you qualify to yourself, and just like Rollo says, make yourself your own point of origin, and you focus on yourself, you will inevitably become the prize. The woman will chase you, and she's going to be happy because a woman needs to know, is this the best that I can do? And if you're always chasing your purpose, she's going to know that's the best she can do, and she's not going to look at any other guy. Women need to respect you first to love you. Once they love you, they're not going to look at another guy or fuck another guy, because when a woman loves a guy, she can't have sex with other men, period. So I know it sounds counterproductive to a lot of you guys, but you need to be selfish and chase that fucking bag and focus on yourself. Go to the gym. And I'm talking about devilishly selfish. Yeah. You never spent time with me. Okay. And go to the gym anyway. You need to take more time off work. No, go to work anyway. You ignore her wants. I know that sounds fucked up, but you got to ignore her wants and do what's best for you. Because when you do what's best for you, she wins.
It's a little,
because she's following you.
I know on that makes women more attractive to you when you out there doing your
exactly, because like absence makes the heart grow fonder. You're not gonna. How do you know if you fall in love with somebody when they're not around you? You don't fall in love with somebody when they're in front of you.
Right.
You fall in love with them when they're not around you. So you got to give them that space, right?
Someone said, red faded chick. I'm so faded. I'm in two places at once. You got a rebuttal to that?
That's my meme right there.
Well, okay. And then we got our rapper 69499 Redhead. I have a question. What do you do for a living?
It's a setup. Don't say that.
Red, I work for myself, and that's not period.
Oh man, I'm funny.
Oh, this chat
setup
is fucking dope, bro.
Yo, that's the
I am sweat right now. Stupid.
Oh, man. That is hilarious. Yeah. Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Oh, man.
Okay. Oh man. So yeah, guys, to answer the question, to answer your question, that is how that's how a man navigates dealing with women. You create the castle, she's got to come in on your terms, and you got to be willing to kick her out the castle at any time.
Okay. So ladies, last thoughts on the show. Hate it, you love it. You want to kill us?
It's cool, it's a vibe, but it's long.
Oh shit!
You're so cute. You're so
She got to get back to playing.
Credit cards to swipe.
Swipe or no swipe? Yo, real talk. Thank you.
Open up.
Thank you guys on Twitch. We've reached 3,000 subs on Twitch. Thank
Hey,
you guys.
thank you guys so much, man. 3,031 subscribers. Thank you guys so much, man. And Amanda, I'll get you in touch with our lawyers after the show.
I might need that.
Y'all have some ups.
Just it reminded me from earlier in the show thing that we were talking about that it might like help some people in the chat. There's a really funny story about Future flying a girl out to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he tried to fuck, and she came out in an interview and was like, this was so unprofessional. I came to do music and I don't understand how I ended up in this situation. And Future never commented on it and literally just like went there. She didn't want to do anything and he left. And if that's not the way that you can interact, then you probably shouldn't be flying girls out.
Are you talking about the one when he texted? He was like, "No, I'm good, love, enjoy."
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm good. Keep the
good for him.
Yeah, like he flew her to Atlanta and then she got weird and he was like, oh yeah, I'm good. Bye. And just let her keep the room. And I think that if you don't have that interaction, like the thing that you said where he's like, I need my $900 back. It's like, unless
take it or leave it.
Here's the thing, man.
She belongs to the street.
Like,
even Future flew a girl out.
yeah, and rappers do it all the time.
All the
Like,
time, yeah.
I'll be honest, ladies, like, you're not entitled to a man's time and or attention whatsoever. We live in a world now where, like, if a guy insinuates he wants to have sex, the girl's like, oh, well, I wasn't here for that type of party. And then she shames him if he says, all right, well, I'm leaving then. Like, women are not like entitled to a man's time whatsoever. If you don't want to fuck, he's 100% within his right to leave.
To walk
You're
away.
100% within your right to not give sex, and he's 100% within his right to kick you out of his house, to kick you out of the hotel that he paid for, to not hang out with you, whatever. We live in a world now. It's and I'm going to speak for the men here. Like, women have zero right to any of your the privileges of hanging out with you if they're not fucking with you. Period. And guys should be able to enact that. Like, yeah, that's just the way it is. Like, I mean, no offense to you. I get what you're saying. Like, she thought it was going to be professional, whatever it is.
No, I'm just saying that I think, you know, how it started with them saying that, oh, this was friends and sexting was happening and people just assume that you were going to. Like,
yeah,
I think even people at celebrity status assume things are going to happen, and that, like, if you don't just have the nature of, like, either you're going to do what I want to do or, like, be someone around me that is a benefit to my life and adds happiness, then I'm just out.
Comply or goodbye.
Because the thing is, now that person's probably never going to get that $900 back, and it's just a headache. And it's like, unless you can just deal with that headache, then don't fly. Maybe fly to a city.
I think those are two completely different like scenarios, though.
Oh yeah, no, they totally are. But it's
But I get what you're saying.
It's like a correlation of men flying women to a place and not having that stated like actual intentions of
don't be
what-
scared to say it on the call. Let her know,
Yeah.
hey, yo, if you come through, like, we're gonna.
But you want to know why?
Yeah.
Because if a guy does state his like intentions up front, like, the girl's gonna be like, oh my god, you're just all you want is sex. There's a reason why guys try to conceal it, because if you tell a girl up front, I want to smash, she's gonna shame you for being blunt and
Yeah,
direct.
but you can do it
Yeah,
covertly by saying certain things like, hope you can handle me. That's
And-
kind of like a
Yeah,
covert
you
way
could
of
do
saying
that,
it.
but
just
I
for
mean,
the chat, there's like this new wave of feminism where that is now being called sexual assault. If you tell a girl that you want anything other than sex when your actual nature was to only have sex with them, that's called psychologically manipulating or something.
Yeah.
And now they're
Yeah.
saying that it's, you know, that you trick somebody into a
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
And so I
it's-
just to
that's why we
you
went
should
viral on
tell-
TikTok. I had a TikTok where I said, if a girl doesn't want to have sex with you, your spot, kick her out and call another girl in front of her.
Yeah.
And they try to sit there and say, oh, that's rape by coercion. And I'm like, no.
No, it's
She's an adult capable of making her own decisions. And here's the problem with feminism.
and he shouldn't coerce her.
It's not coercing. It's like you're telling her you have a choice.
Yeah. And if
I'm
you
not
don't-
going to sit here and let you stay at my house and just like hang out. Like, you got to get out. And I'm going to call another girl, whatever. You could decide what you want to do. But the problem is this. I say this all the time when it comes to womanism, whatever it is. Women want equality when it suits them, but they also want to be treated like a victim, incapable of equality when it suits them. So in other words, oh, I want you, like, I'm equal to you. I'm equal. I'm a sentient being, right? Obviously, which they are. They're human beings just like us, which means you're capable of making decisions, right? You got to have equality both ways. So I'm telling you that you're getting replaced, bitch. I'm calling someone else. You have a decision to make. If you want to stay we're smashing. If not, you can leave. No one's holding a gun to your head. No one's saying shit. I'm just letting you know I'm not tolerating this bullshit. And that's the problem. Men are scared to put their foot down with women for their own happiness. You know what I'm saying? So I tell guys on this podcast, you don't want to smash? Cool. Within her right. Absolutely within her right. But it's also within your right to protect your time and your attention. Get out. I'm going to call someone else.
Okay.
And it's ridiculous
Because
how like
I want to spend my time from 9 till 11 doing this activity that I, as a grown man and an autonomous being, have decided for myself. So I'm going to do that, and you can participate as an autonomous being or not.
Yeah.
But you do not get to control what I'm doing because you don't want to do that.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And that's the problem. Like I said, like we live in a world now where men can't exert boundaries and have choice. Women have uniform choice. And as a matter of fact, when women make choice, we even give them the luxury of thinking it was choice by coercion. No, it fucking wasn't. Get out. Pick one, man. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy how men are castrated almost to do what they want.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, don't try to like do it, because now they've come up with this new like line of where men are going to be wrong for.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, if she likes you, it won't be harassment though.
Yeah. It's
What's
just
your
taking
thoughts on-
accountability away as usual. Like they no accountability.
What are your thoughts on the show? Hate to love it.
I love the show. I feel like every woman should listen in because it's an uncomfortable truth that a lot of women are not okay with hearing, but you need to hear. And to elevate in dating, or like, especially the type of men you date, I feel like this show gives you an insight of what really men think of. I feel like women have a fantasy in their head of how shit's gonna be, or how, you know, shit's gonna go, and it's not like that. You have to really get inside of a man's head and, you know, put your feelings to the side and really think like, what is he thinking right now?
Right.
Because I feel like women have, like, you know, we are very emotional, so we have like a fantasy with men, not like in a fantasy like that, but I'm talking in a way of like
The Disney fairy tale.
the Disney
You're gonna
fairy
get swooped
tale.
off your feet by a prince.
Swept off your feet. You know, you go on a date, vibes are great, whatever. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm this, I'm that. And our reality was just, well, I was just trying to fuck, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then you get hit with the because
Exactly.
guys, we say on this podcast, men will lie to get sex. They will absolutely will play at your heartstrings. They'll say whatever they got to do to get sex. You want to know why? Because if they say what we're saying on this podcast,
it's super hard.
Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble, bro. You're gonna get canceled.
Here's a controversial take on that. Women are actively selecting for the guys that are best at manipulating them.
Oh,
I agree.
You're doing the selecting for that.
That's true.
You're choosing the bad boys.
Wait, Sterling, are you holding women accountable?
How dare you?
You like
How
you
dare you,
toxic
Sterling?
misogynist? Send them back to Australia.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just telling the guys in the chat, hey, look, that's what they're selecting for.
That's true.
Well, and manipulation is not always bad, right?
Well, exactly. I don't think manipulation is a bad word.
Yeah.
It's like persuasion is a type of manipulation.
Persuasion.
It's the same thing.
I've actually had someone that I was, let's say it's a situationship, has told me that it was persuasion. It was never lying. It was never manipulation. It was persuasion. He literally had a book. I forgot what the book was called. It was like Laws of Persuasion. And we read through the book, and it was literally like a form of manipulation by definition, but he called it persuasion.
I'm helping you make a choice. That's all.
I'm helping you make a choice because you are entitled to whatever you want to do at the end of the day. And if you want to do me, that's okay. So that's what it was.
Like I said, we do everything we can to take female accountability out and make men accountable for women's own actions, which is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want equality, then it's all the way. You know what I'm saying? You can't pick and choose when you're treated as an equal, which is what women want. They want to be able to have, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. They want the authority of men, they want the privilege of women, and the accountability of fucking children. That's what a lot of women want. Real talk.
Yes.
We're gonna keep it a stack.
That seems
You know what I'm saying? Like that, and I don't mean to say that's not all, but a lot. Especially the strongest feminists, that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? I'm a strong, independent woman, right? You're out on a date with her. You gotta pay, right? I'm strong and independent until that fucking check comes, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna be a gentleman? You're gonna court me? What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? So this is why so many men are confused. Which I say, you know what? Just be masculine at all times and assume she's gonna be feminine. You know what I'm saying?
All the late night, one night stands, and bad decisions, and getting babies, and I'm a Virgo, so this is okay. I like to have fun. Oh wait, no,
Hold on, I am a Virgo. Calm down.
I'm a
Calm down.
Sagittarius. I just like, I was emotional about this guy, so I just let him fuck me.
Hey, like, I'm sorry I'm so mean and rude and crass. I'm an Aquarius. I'm sorry. Like,
that's
you
why.
gotta take me how I am. You're not strong enough to accept me.
That is so right.
Yeah, you can't handle a strong, independent woman. That's like me walking around, hey, I'm fat and unattractive and hairy and I'm broke. Well, you should take me as I am. Love these curves, baby girl. We don't have these conventions for
Can't do
men.
it.
But women, it's completely acceptable to be a loser, and men should take you as how you are. All right, we got some super chats real quick.
Just real quick.
Oh yeah, we'll do super chats last. Go ahead. Last comments.
I really like Fresh and Fit or Fab and Fit.
Fab and Fit, man.
It's really changing my perspective on things. Like I said, I've never been in a serious relationship, so I feel like it's, you know, this little vulnerable, but like it's definitely it's helping me, and it's going to help me in the long run, just because you're really digging deep into what men, you know, the uncomfortable truth, what men truly look forward in dating. So yeah, and it's putting things in different perspectives, and I like how you guys bring all types of women and men, and yeah.
But see, now you're better equipped to go out to the world now.
Yeah.
And actually get what you want.
You could finesse guys now.
Yeah.
We've saved a couple relationships, couple marriages, actually.
Actually, we were in the airport. This white couple, older white couple. They loved us. I was like, wait, you guys watch our shows? Like, yeah, you guys helped our marriage.
You would never think they would be watching
I'm like,
us. Some Arab dude and Bayesian.
Oh,
okay, Black Member with the big $500 super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. You are the fucking man, bro. Thank you so much, Black Lemur. And I saw some other ones come in.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Let me pull 'em up.
Yeah, I think Colian Nior left one.
Yeah,
Colian.
Colian, shout out to you, bro. We got Jiv Uzname, $50. Red needs another hit. LMAFO. Okay.
We
Facts. No, I think it's a nom. So
we got the Savvy BG show. Another YouTuber. Thank you, bro. This is interesting. Rollo got me to understand women. Fresh and Fit made me better with women. Sterling is helping me keep my dongle hard. Seriously, all my gurus on one table. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, bro. We help you guys. We got you guys. And then we got Borat. Borat
in Kazakhstan.
In Kazakhstan, I raised my value by acquiring 5 goats and a truck. Now, ladies want to ride with Borat. High five. Okay,
my friend.
Thank you. Shout out to Borat. Calling New York, $100. No guys flying out a chick to discuss the merits of Frederick Nietzsche. They know it. We know it. The world knows. Stop it. Yeah, facts, bro.
B-boy J Mills, G2G. What happened to high school sweethearts?
That's dead, bro.
Here, bro.
That's dead.
ABC 4781. Love the show, FNF crew. You are doing the Lord's work. Keep it up.
Okay, and then Eric Heckbert, $100. There are 2 halves to a relationship: friendship and sex. Take away either one, it's not a relationship. Sex is that important for men, yet women deny or downplay how important it is. Yep, absolutely.
Cool. And Black Lemur once again.
Because it's easy for them to get sex, so they don't care about it.
Yeah, Black Lemur supports us.
Yep.
Yo, so guys, get the crypto course.
Yes.
It's down below.
40 more minutes.
40 more minutes. Trust me when I say it's going to be the ultimate course for you to get your money up with crypto and also how to invest as well.
Yeah, guys, 20 fucking Zoom calls. We're going to teach you guys about crypto.
Yeah.
So get in there with Charlie.
Sorry, one.
And it's someone a question. FNF, I can't purchase the crypto course because it says my mailing information is incorrect, even though it's the right address. I entered it. It's only the US based for purchase.
Hey, don't put in Red's address, bro. That's tracked by the FBI. Make sure that you're putting in your own address, okay?
Yeah, try a different address, bro. Yeah.
Okay. Rollo, where can the people find you?
Yeah, where can I find you?
You can find me at therationalmail.com.
We're gonna have Rollo back tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. And then you can always find my books on Amazon. Just type in The Rational Mail.
Go support him.
Tomasi, and you will find all 4
Religion.
of them there. You'll also find my author's page there too.
Yep.
Fire.
I'll link his books in the description below, guys.
Sterling, where can I find
Sterling,
you?
where can I find
Other
you?
than Pornhub.
Other than Pornhub, you can find me right here on YouTube. Just to type Google Stirling Cooper, Stirling spelled STIRLANG, and you'll find my stuff there. Or you can go to stirlingcooper.com, and I've got all my stuff there, all my courses where I teach you how to keep your dongle hard and various other things in the
And he has a sex course on how to bang girls.
There you go,
guys. Right
properly.
Oh, okay. There we go. Cultivate Crypto.
Email
Charlie at cultivatecrypto.com if anyone has technicality.
Make sure you
technicality
use our
issues.
link as well.
Yep. Tell in the email, say Fresh and Fit, guys, so he knows that you're coming from us, because we're the only ones that still have the course open.
And also,
everyone else is closed.
If you want to come on the show and your girls, just DM Aaron C. Pogson.
Yeah, don't DM me, bro.
Yeah, follow my
God
blog channel. You might see some cool stuff on there. Maybe some dates. Who knows?
Yeah, Fresh Prince CEO.
There you go.
And then subscribe to our Clips channel, guys. Fresh and Fit Clips, where you guys can find clips from this awesome podcast, because apparently this podcast was mad long.
No lies there.
All right. Chris, you got that?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys, we'll catch you tomorrow, 6 p.m. with Rollo. Peace.